Anahuac Sports Live is brought to you by ABC Nitrogen Service Corps, the 2023 Texas Gator Fest, Anahuac Florist, Anahuac National Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender, the Beginning Mexican Grill, Community Christian Fellowship Church, Chambers County Abstract Company, Chambers Health, Coastal Field Services LLC, The Crawfish Hideaway, Desmo's AC and Refrigeration, Four Corner Tires and Oil, Gore Propane, Hannah Cody Realtor, Jerry's Seafood Incorporated, Julia Luna Real Estate, Porter's Wild Game Processing and Alligator Farm, Amber Villarreal, Insurance Agent with State Farm, Title Services Incorporated, Turan Lawn Care, Swanky Insurance Agency, Turn 2 Specialty Companies, and Wilcox Drugstore in Anahuac.
Welcome into the Swanky Insurance pregame show, where tonight Anahuac Sports Live brings you San Augustine taking on the Anahuac Panthers. Alex Outram, Trent Hart, Kyla Hart here from Kyle Whitefield as tonight's matchup between the 2-0 Anahuac Panthers and the 2-1 San Augustine Wolves represents a couple different teams. You've got a team in Anahuac who's a little bit older and has shown success here the last few years. And for the Wolves, you've got a team who's young, but has moved up in age and is starting to get their reps down and come into this ball game pretty hungry.
Right. I mean, the Wolves, you talk about how young they are. Last year they had a bunch of freshmen, a bunch of sophomores, and this year those kids have really taken a step up. As I was watching some of the film this year, they return a lot of skill players all over the field, and their hopes to bounce back this season after last year, where I think they went winless the entire season. Yeah, they were 0-10 and 0-6 in their district. So they're really looking to make a statement. They've won 2 games so far. They're 2-1. They won against Hemphill week 1, 36-20. Then lost to Tenaha week 2, 14-35, and then won against Alto 35-32. On the offensive side, you're going to see them run out a lot of shotgun. I mean, exclusively. They have a real balanced attack when it comes to the play action, and they get that run established, but they'll throw the ball too some, especially out in the flats, little short passes over the middle. But they're really quick, Alex.
No, absolutely. And one of the things you're going to hear in the pregame interview with head coach Greg Neese is him talking about how fast they are. Even though they are a 2A school, they could compete with schools speed-wise in higher levels than where they're at. On the flip side of the football, for the Panthers, back-to-back wins coming into tonight's contest, back-to-back pretty dominant wins, and that's been led by the defense. A defense that only gave up 3 completions last week. And if it wasn't for just 2 pretty lucky catches last week, they actually hold the offense to less than 100 yards of total offense last week.
Right, and I'm going to bring up some of the defense right now. And last week the defense did another solid job. They held off New Waverly outside of those 2 tip balls that you mentioned on the corners that resulted in the Bulldogs' only 2 scores. The ability of this defense to create turnovers, as you can see on your screen, 8 fumbles and 2 interceptions can't be overlooked, Alex, as you see, tonight we'll see how that defense is going to progress, but the Panthers defense has done a really well so far against both pass and the run, and as you can see, they've only allowed 129 yards per game so far and 14 points between the 2 games, so they're on the right track for sure.
I tell you, one of the kids who was talked about specifically by head coach Greg Neese was Garrett Dye.
Oh, yeah. I mean, he came in last week on the offensive side, and we'll talk about that in a little bit. But on the defensive side, he leads the team in tackles with 20, 4 of them for a loss. And, he's really stepped up to be a leader on the football team.
Brooks Henneke and Tyler Kelly at the linebacker spots have really keyed this defense.
They have, and Brooks has got a sack to his credit along with 13 tackles, and Tyler Kelly right on the heels of Garrett Dye with 19 and 5 for a loss.
Offensive side of the football, we talked about them putting up points, 37 in the first game, 40 in the second game, and it's something that has started to kind of start gelling with the new quarterback, Trotter.
Right, and we talked about it, the last couple of weeks too, about the offensive line and how they needed to gel and give him some more time to throw the football. But the Anahuac Panthers seemed to struggle a little to get things going last week, particularly in that first half. But the Panthers were only 2 of 8 on third down in that whole game, which stuck out in one of your stat lines from last week, Alex. And of course, you can't dismiss the 280 yards and penalties over 2 weeks of football. But in the second half, they were able to get settled down. They were starting to get in a rhythm. They established more of a rushing attack, led by a big game by Thomas Delao. Let me bring his stuff up here for you real quick. And we talked about Garrett Dye also, and both of them, getting, that downhill run attack established was crucial to get the Panthers back on track last week and create some separation between them and New Waverly.
No, absolutely. And we talked about that running game, but also Quandre Coates had his best game of the year so far last year, going over the century mark.
Yeah, he did. The junior tight end, he's got 9 receptions on the year, 147 yards and 2 touchdowns, and he's averaging right at 16 yards per catch. And he's done a phenomenal job there. I mean, we saw it last year with those type of numbers. But after 2 games of football, he's doing really well and really seeing the ball and hauling them in.
Someone who we've talked about for the last couple of years who's really come into his own, KJ Moore.
KJ Moore really has. I mean, we've seen this kid play since he was a freshman in high school, and seeing him take a step forward every single year, it has been really a pleasure to watch. And now in his senior year, he's got 5 receptions leading the Panthers with 88 yards and a touchdown, and he's averaging just a little over 17 yards per reception, so you can't ask much more out of KJ Moore.
Another wideout who's really come into his own again this year, Talon Cunningham.
Well, Talon had a breakout year last year. We saw him come up with some amazing catches. A little bit slower start for Talon, but he still got 6 receptions for 64 yards, a touchdown, and he's averaging 16 yards per reception as well.
So offensive side's been good, defensive side's been good, and I think tonight could be a track meet. We're going to take our first break of the Swanky Insurance pregame show, and we'll be back with that conversation with head coach Greg Neese after this on Anahuac Sports Live.
Swanky Insurance in Anahuac, Texas is dedicated to community and service. That includes saving you money. With access to over 30 carriers, Swanky Insurance will give the personal attention that you deserve and tailor any policy specifically to your needs. From home, auto, flood, and windstorm, they are the one-stop insurance agency. Call agent and owner Todd Swanky to get your no-obligation cost-saving quote today at 409-267-3115, or you can visit them at swankyinsurance.com.
Game show, joined by the head coach of the Anahuac Panthers, head coach Greg Neese. And Coach, last week, coming off your second victory of the year, was kind of a tale of two halves, where the first half started off a little bit slower, but really put in an overdrive in the second half.
Yeah, we did. We had a pretty sluggish start on offense in the first half, and gave up a couple long passes for touchdowns, and ball tipped up in the air, and had the guys covered, but they made the play. So, it wasn't time to panic. So what we talked about at halftime, I got our coaches together before we went in. I said, look, guys, this is not the game or the time to panic. And I don't want it to be fire and brimstone when we go in there. We're going to be calm as coaches, and we're going to tell them and show them what type of adjustments we're going to make. And I want to run the football right at New Waverly and just keep playing on defense, make sure we're knocking the balls down and not let them catch it. And came out and played a great third quarter, scored 21 points, and we're pretty dominant on both sides of the ball.
Defense pitching a shutout there in the second half. And, kind of what you said, only 3 completions last week from the starter, Garrett. 2 tipped up into the air that were taken for long touchdowns. But you take that out of the equation, less than 100 total yards given up on defense, and again forcing more turnovers.
Right, yeah, we've been really the last few years since Coach Bond has taken over our defense, and we do the strip punch drill every day, the turnover drill, and of course we always do the Oski drill. And man, we do a good job of causing turnovers, and when the ball's loose, getting on top of the football and picking passes off when we can. And on offense, we've done a good job of protecting the football. So that's a really good ratio for us, and we're definitely in the positives as far as turnovers. And then when you get the extra possessions, I like to think with our offense that just gives us some bonus time to go score some more points.
Couple games into the season, have you seen some kids on the defensive side of football that have stepped up who you didn't necessarily expect at the beginning of the season?
Well, yeah, I can't name them all right now. I mean, I could, but we have a rotation going in with our defensive tackles and nose guards. We got about 8 guys play. Like I've told our guys, so we don't just play 11 on defense. We're playing about 18, 19 kids, and Coach House has done a great job with our interior guys, tackles and noses, because a lot of those guys, like Cole Willis, starts on the offensive line and does a great job. He's probably our best defensive lineman too. And you got Cole Williams, starts on the offensive line, plays in defense also. And so we're rotating guys in. I'll tell you what, I can't give you an answer real. Brett Willis, he started out as a defensive end, and Quandre's got one of those ends locked down, and then we had the freshman running back we're putting over there at defensive end now. But so we took Brett because we wanted to be faster inside, and he's kind of leaner, and we put him down at tackle, and he's tough to block, and he's done a really good job at inside on our defense, inside tackle. And so he's definitely one name that I definitely would brag about right now, Brett Willis. And then our linebackers have been really good, and Tyler Kelly, I just think he's kind of on his way to maybe being he could actually be a defensive player of the year in our district candidate, and I can see him being an all-state player when he's a senior. So he's really good. The St. Augustine coach really raving about him.
On the offensive side of the football, put up 37 and 40 points respectively in your first 2 ball games. What have you seen on the offensive side of the football that you've been very happy with?
Well, protecting the football. Being able to go on drives, and this is my 5th year with my 5th quarterback. So he's learning, even though he has a lot of experience and he's doing a great job, Logan Trotter. We're all learning, or they're all learning how we go fast and our calls and what this word means, and we try to play up tempo and stuff. So we don't have all our stuff in, but we're really starting to pick things up, and we're able to go a lot faster this second game. Because the quarterback knows what to do. He's getting the ball, distributing the ball well to guys that are open as far as receiving and catching the football. So I would say that, and I just think we're just going to continue to get better. We've had a great week of practice. Darius Richardson, the freshman running back, he would play a lot more last week, but he's a freshman. Last year he was in 8th grade, and he gets a little starry-eyed out there, and he'll forget where to go sometimes in line up, so we can't play him during them. But tell you what, this week in practice, he seemed like he's picking things up. I don't think he likes standing on the sideline, so that's a good little motivator for him. But he's going to be a special player for us, and can't wait till he breaks his first run. And Garrett Dye did a great job coming in, filling in. We have Cam Wilson is hurt, so Dye went in there and did a great job. He always does. He's just a football player, and number 44, and he's just I don't know where it'd be without him.
Yeah, he had 10 carries last week, really spreading the ball around. Had DeLeo with 14 carries and Richardson with 8. So the running attack really leading the way for you guys. As for the Wolves from St. Augustine, what did you see on film this week that you're going to try to take advantage of on the offensive side of the ball?
Well, they're fast. They're really fast. So we're going to see how they stand up when we go right at them. I mean, that's probably no secret with playing us. We're going to try to establish a run, and not that we won't come out and throw the ball 3 times to start the game, but we're going to try to establish a run and go right at them and run some off-tackle stuff and run our scat. And, if we're able to do that, that will help negate their speed. And because they're fast. They're faster than us. They're one of the fastest teams in 2A and probably 3A. I mean, you watch those guys around during track season. They got some track speed out there. And so that's one of the things we're definitely going to try to do is negate their speed and run right at them. And then hopefully that can open up some of our play action passes. And, they'll try to squeeze in on the run. We'll play action and maybe hit it back out in the flat, or maybe a drag or a backside post or a flag route behind the secondary. So.
Other side of the football, what are you going to have to do to slow down their offense?
I don't know, because they're quarterback. You just wait. They're quarterback. You can't tackle, like Coach Bond said, you can't tackle that kid in the phone booth. So he is really fast, and I know their coach thinks very highly. Coach Barnes thinks very highly, because I said, man, we can't tackle. So we had to bring one of our middle school coaches over, my head basketball coach, who used to be a quarterback at East Chambers, Chad Guillory, and he was a GoDaddy in high school, and he could still go. So he's been scout team quarterback all week, and we can't tackle him, and he's all over the place. So yeah, it starts with their quarterback and ends with their quarterback. So he is a special player. So we got to corral him, and we got to fit up right, make sure we're not just diving in on the inside and giving up the outside, because he'll dip in and dip out. And so he's the guy. And then of course they got some receivers and backs that can hurt you deep, and we've been vulnerable to the deep pass. So they really scare me, and it's they all were freshmen last year, and we got after them pretty good, but now they're sophomores, and they're not driving all the way down from St. Augustine in 3 hours to just let the Anahuac Panthers beat them up. So we're ready for a fight, and I'm very concerned about them.
As always, keys to victories in tonight's ball game.
Of course, the turnovers, but we've had so many penalties the last 2 weeks, and kind of gotten away with it. But we got to cut down on the penalties. Jumping off sides, legal procedures. We'll get a high-low block every once in a while, and not on purpose, but we got to know our rules. We got the backside guard supposed to be cutting the nose, while the center is reaching out to the right and not block the nose, but sometimes they get confused, and he's blocking him high, and so we've had that both games, and I know they're going to be looking at it, officials. So cut out those penalties and take care of the football and rush the football at them, and I think we'll be okay.
All right. Well, Coach, as always, appreciate the time, and best of luck in tonight's contest.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate it.
Head coach Greg Neese of the Anahuac Panthers, as we continue the Swanky Insurance pregame show after this on Anahuac Sports Live.
Swanky Insurance in Anahuac, Texas is dedicated to community and service. That includes saving you money. With access to over 30 carriers, Swanky Insurance will give the personal attention that you deserve and tailor any policy specifically to your needs. From home, auto, flood, and windstorm, they are the one-stop insurance agency. Call agent and owner Todd Swanky to get your no-obligation cost-saving quote today at 409-267-3115, or you can visit them at swankyinsurance.com.
Alex Outram, Trent Hart, Kyla Hart back here from Kyle White Field as we continue the Swanky Insurance pregame show as the captains are getting set to meet at midfield. And I think one of the things, we kind of talked about before the game, and then obviously head coach Neese talked about it there on the pregame show. Speed.
Yeah, they have a lot of it. They have a lot of athleticism on the offensive side of the ball, well, on the defensive side too, for that matter. And it's more than what the Panthers have been able to see over the last couple of weeks. And if they expect to win here tonight, they're going to have to contain this quarterback, who is very slippery. He's very fast, and if they can get to him in the backfield and cause some disruptions, then they're going to come away with a victory here tonight.
Captains for tonight's ball game for the Panthers: senior Brooks Henneke, junior Thomas Dalo, junior Tyler Kelly, and senior Garrett Dye. Coin flip is being held at midfield. Panthers in their home uniforms, the all-black jerseys with gold numerals, gold trousers, black helmets outlined in gold with the gold AP emblem. St. Augustine has won the toss, and they have elected to defer, so the Panthers will receive the football to begin the football game. Want to thank Swanky Insurance one more time for sponsoring tonight's pregame show as we enter into tonight's contest.
Well, like Coach Nee said, they didn't travel 3 hours just to roll over and lose to an Anahuac Panther team. This team is hungry. Like we mentioned in the pregame show, they had a rough go of it last year. So they're out for blood, so to speak, and they're going to come out here and want to really just establish something early, especially if they can stop the Panther offense on this first kickoff. Some games already underway, as you can see at the bottom of your screen. Newton leading West Orange Stark 14-7, and Buna is leading Koontz 7-0.
Looking over there's a lot of the Houston area that football games are getting started late, so we appreciate everybody tuning in tonight, bearing with us as we got through multiple lightning delays before the game, but we are getting set here for kickoff. Teeing it up at their own 40 is going to be Joe Barrios, the freshman. Back deep is KJ Moore and Richardson, and being taken down from behind very early on, seeing some of that speed.
Well, some great coverage there by the Wolves kickoff team, and the Panthers are probably going to have the worst field position that we've seen so far out of these first couple of games.
So they're going to set the ball at the 18, and that is where the Panthers are going to set up shop for their first possession of the ball game. So Trotter is going to open up in the pistol formation. Lone set back behind him, Stalo, and it's on the turf. And we're going to see who got on it. It looks like Trotter was able to get back on it somehow at the line of scrimmage.
Well, it did come through, the weather did earlier, and so it's going to be a little slick down there. The ball is going to be a little slick. It's kind of hard to think that the ball was slick on the very first play, but second down and 10.
Quickly, pitch right. Dalo across the 20, finding his way forward, is going to get pushed to the 23. There's going to be a pickup of 5. We'll bring up third down and 5.
Well, that was Garrett Dye on that pickup, and it's good to see that he's back in the backfield. We talked about him in the pregame show and how well he has done, especially last week, in getting the run game established for the Panthers.
So third down and 5 after the rush by Dye. Dye was picking up pretty good chunk yardage on runs last week as he got a majority of his carries in the second half. Trotter out of the gun, offset to his right. Fires quickly, complete at the 30 to Cunningham.
Don't go backwards.
And Cunningham is going to be taken down there. That's going to be a pickup of 7, move the chains, first down.
Well, and Cunningham did a good job there in that stop route and just coming back to the football. and able to get the first down. I thought he was going to try and make something happen and go a little bit backwards, but thankfully he didn't, and they'll get a fresh set of downs for the Panther offense.
First down and 10 for the Panthers. From the far hash, Panthers moving left to right as you look to your screens. Going to be a single setback behind him. That's Dalo. 2 wideouts, Moore and Cunningham. Pitch right. Trying to get the corner, fighting his way forward, and is going to be stopped after about a pickup of 1. He was fighting off the Wolves there.
Literally.
And figuratively.
We'll
bring up second down and 9. Now they're going to mark it in between.
They gave him 2.
So bring it second down and 8.
A little bit quicker to the line tonight, seems like, between plays.
Trotter rolling and throwing downfield in and out of the hands of Cunningham. We'll bring up third down and 8. As we mentioned, the Wolves coming into tonight's ball game 2-1. They defeated Hemphill the first game of the season 36-20, lost to Tenaha 35-14, and then last week pulled out a close one against Alto 35-32.
Definitely off to a good start is St. Augustine this year.
2 setbacks, fakes the handoff, rolling left. Trotter looking for the running back. Delo has it complete for the first down to the 46.
And a good job there by Delo to keep his concentration on the football to bring it in.
Pickup of 14. Handoff right side. Going to pick up a couple yards. Trying to see, that was Delo again.
Looks like they did give him 3.
Brings up second down and 7.
Giving him a little breather. That'll bring Richardson to check in.
2 for 2 on third down so far this drive. Second down and 7. Lone setback is Richardson. Twins to the far side. Handoff straight up Broadway. Cuts back across the 45. Stays on his feet.
Spin move.
Heading to the sideline. It's going to be taken down at the 30. That's going to be a pickup of 22. Move the chains, first down.
I tell you what, Darius Richardson keeps on getting better every week that we see him. And let me see if I can get this to work right.
First down and 10 from the 30. Trotter under center. Quick pass. KJ Moore has it. Across the 30. Across the 25. Down the sideline he goes. Cuts back inside. Is going to get down to the 12. That's going to be a first down. Pickup of 17 as they mark it. No, they did mark it at the 12. That's a pickup of 18. Fourth first down. Handoff left side is going to be met after a pickup of 2. Trying to see who gets off the bottom of the pile. That was Richardson.
And like I was saying, Richardson has been getting better every single week that that we've seen him so far, and you saw that on that last big break play. I was trying to get the replay to go, but sorry about that. I had to get it to stretch the screen. But he's done a much better job in being a little bit more poised out there for the freshman.
Trotter looking in the end zone for Coates is going to just overthrow him, and that is going to bring up third down.
And we've seen them throw that fade pass a few times so far this year. It hasn't been successful yet. Trotter's got to really, and I hate to keep saying it, but he's got to really plant his feet and try to get that pass a little bit more accurate if he expects it to work here in the near future.
Third down and goal. I'm sorry, third down and 8. They can pick up a first down at the 2. Trotter under center, handoff straight up Broadway. Dalo trying to push his way forward. He's going to pick up a few. Give them 3. We'll bring up fourth down and 5.
It'll be interesting to see what they do here. They did bring up a new field goal kicker from the JV squad over the week. And it does look like they're going to go for it.
Trotter getting the play from head coach Greg Neese. Did not see either one of the kickers check in. So 4th down and 5. Out of the gun is Trotter. Trips. 2 to the near side. Sets back. Throws. Has a man. It's KJ Moore. It's just going to overthrow him.
Well, getting deep in the Wolves' territory, unable to capitalize on it. They had a good stretch of plays there to march down the field. And unfortunate for the Panthers, but here comes the defense that we talked so much about in the pregame.
So Tymorian Cartwright will bring his offense onto the field, and they're going to be backed up as they are going to be at their own 7-yard line. Out of the gun, we're going to see that a majority of the time. Has stacked wide receivers. They're going to go 4 wide.
Trips here to the near side.
In the round is going to go around the right side, gets to the corner, 10, 15, and it's going to be pushed out of bounds. We'll see where they mark him. Going to be pushed out of bounds at the 15. I believe that was number 1 who got the ball, Teagle. So Teagle gets a pickup of 8. 2nd down and 2. High snap, handoff. Is going to go straight up the middle, and that's going to be enough for a 1st down with the pickup of 4. Andrew Nash with the pickup of 4. 1st down.
I'll tell you what, the St. Augustine Wolves don't waste any time either between snaps. They get to the line in a hurry, getting their side from the sideline and trying to run as many plays as possible.
Cartwright out of the gun. He's going to hand it off. Lead back is going to go through. Again, that's Nash. He's going to pick up 3. We'll bring up 2nd down and 7. Don't you jinx it. Second, and they're going to say he picked up 4. 2nd down and 6. Midway through the 1st quarter so far. Low snap. Cartwright picked it up really well, rolling right, and is going to throw it out of bounds. Will be incomplete. We'll bring up 3rd down and 6.
Well, like I was saying earlier, the Panthers are really going to have to get some penetration up front and put some pressure on him. They do have a balance, when it comes to the pass versus the run, but the quarterback for St. Augustine, he will keep it himself, and he'll use his legs as much as possible.
They're going to go 4 wide. Trips here to the near side from the far hash. Lone setback is Nash. Cartwright out of the gun. Is going to roll near. It's going to be under pressure. Trying to find somewhere to go at his own 1. Is going to throw it out of bounds. He came dangerously close from getting intentional grounding in the end zone.
Yeah, he was being he had to do something with it. It was going to end up being a safety, but
was there a receive? He was outside of the box.
Yeah, he was outside of the box there.
Okay.
So
there is a flag down at the 2.
That's right. So I may have not gotten.
I know it didn't get past the line of scrimmage.
Definitely didn't. It is. They're calling ground.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't get past the line of scrimmage. I think he threw it as hard as he could on the run. He just couldn't get it past the line. So a very costly penalty there by Cartwright.
That's going to pin him deep.
And they're going to mark it off.
Right around the 2-yard line.
2-yard line. 4th down. 4th down and I-10 for the Wolves. And now the Panthers can try to take advantage of the bad field position. And he's going to get trapped. He's going to throw it. And now it's a live football.
Who comes up with it?
And
safety.
They're saying safety.
And it is.
Boy, that was a discombobulated play. And just like I was saying, the punter was not able to get to as far back as he wants to be. And the pressure from the Panthers put pressure on the punter to make a decision, and he made the wrong decision.
Yeah, that he did. Unfortunately for the Wolves, will result in 2 points, and they're going to have to kick it right back to the Panthers here. I want to thank the first quarter sponsor, Hannah Cody Realtor in Anahuac, 409-277-0806. If you're looking for a house or looking to sell a house, you can get a hold of Hannah Cody, and you can reach her at her email as well, hannahcodyhomes@gmail.com.
And the safety there goes back to the defense, as the defense's pressure caused the penalty against the Wolves of intentional grounding, and then once more the special teams was able to just cut loose and pressure the punter and get 2 points on the board. Now the Panthers are going to have great field position off the free kick from the safety.
It was a great job there by the Anahuac defensive line to, like I said, get that penetration up front and put some pressure in the backfield, and that was able to pin them deep, and the result in the safety. And now we'll see if the offense can get anything going here.
Richardson and KJ Moore at their own 40, awaiting the kick from the freshman kicker of the Wolves, Joe Barrios. 6:08 remaining here in the first quarter. Barrios gets in on it. End over end kick is going to fall from the 37. Across midfield, across the 45-40, and setting up shop in Wolf territory as that was Richardson on the return.
Yeah, it was, and he saw a seam there and got the Panthers back in a really good field position here. Definitely better than what they saw on their first possession. They'll be at the Wolves' 40-yard line. And there was a false start call on the Wolves there.
Panthers' first drive was 12 plays. And with that penalty, it's going to move it to the 35. Even better field position, as they lead it 2-0 on your Gatorfest scoreboard.
Gatorfest getting underway tonight.
Handoff Richardson inside, trying to get outside, is going to pick up one. Will bring up second down and 9.
Well, good pursuit there by number 4 of the Wolves. If I can get my sheet out, Alex Haskins had another Wolves defender on the heels, but good form tackle there by Haskins.
Coming to the line, 2 setbacks. Going to fake the handoff. Is going to throw it downfield to DeLo. Across the 20, cuts back inside to the 15, getting ridden and taking a defender and
pumping
almost into the end zone, down to the 2. We have to see what the penalty is.
We'll go to the replay and see if we can't spot it. Block in the back is going to go against the Panthers, so another penalty is going to erase another big DeLo run.
So that completion is going to go down.
Right there it was. You saw it.
The 21.
Coates, who put a shoulder on him. It didn't look quite like it was a block in the back to me. It looked kind of just a shoulder-to-shoulder contact. But
where are they going to mark it off from? They're going to mark it from
the 20, I think.
They're going to mark it from the 21. So that will be well, they did pick up yardage.
4 yards looked like to me.
So 14 on the pass and catch.
Little bubble screen.
Back out to Coates. Coates across the 25, 20, cuts it back inside, 10, 5. Down Panthers. From 31 yards out. As the Panthers extend their lead 8-0.
I think we just got lucky there, Alex, when that cut out. I was looking at my screen wondering what was going on, hoping everything wasn't about to crash. But a touchdown for Anahuac extends their lead to 8. And looks like Garza is going to set up the PAT here.
Trotter the holder. Garza gets under it and is good. So with 4:57 remaining here in the first quarter, the Panthers strike quickly, and they extend their lead 9-0. We'll be back after this on Anahuac Sports Live. Alex Outram, Trent Hart, Kyla Hart here from Cowlight Field. I'm kind of used to saying what I say.
Well, shout out to Terry, who's feeling a little under the weather tonight, and thankfully my daughter Kyla is helping us out up there on the camera.
So this is going to be the new kicker, Jonas Texum, as he's going to kick a line drive, picked up at the 20, across the 25-30, 35-40. Still on his feet as Teagle across the 45-50, trying to get to the outside. It's going to be a foot race, and he's going to stay on his feet, and he is going to take it to the house. Touchdown, St. Augustine, from 80 yards out.
Well, and that's some of that speed that we were talking about. Let's go back to the replay on that. So he saw that seam up the middle and really just shot through it. You know, he shed a couple of tackles there, but once he turned on the afterburns, nobody was going to catch him.
Demarion Teagle with the 80-yard kickoff return for a touchdown. 9-6, your new score pending the point after, as Barrios is on the field to add the point after. Snap back, and it's a bad hold. It's going to be blocked, and the point after will be no good. But with 4:43 remaining here in the first quarter, fireworks have started. The Wolves answer back with a kickoff return for a touchdown. We'll be back after this on Anahuac Sports Live.
Building a new home? Does your driveway need that long overdue facelift? Or are you just looking to finally get your lot cleared and ready to build something great? Look no further and trust the locally owned and operated professionals at Title Services Incorporated. No need to hire multiple contractors. Title Services does all phases of residential and commercial land clearing, house pads, ponds, dirt and rock delivery, and demolition. Call for a free estimate, 409-267-1057, or visit them on Facebook at Title Services, Inc.
Want to know Anahuac's best-kept secret? The Crawfish Hideaway is just that. From fresh Cajun-boiled crawfish, shrimp, snow crab, and even homemade gumbo. While you're there, be sure to try their famous fried gator bites or boudin egg rolls. Starting in December, come get your bug on at 400 Miller Street in Anahuac, 409-267-6060, or find them online at crawfishhideaway.com. The Crawfish Hideaway, proud supporters of Anahuac ISD and Panther Athletics.
Offenses have gone into overdrive here in the first quarter as back-to-back plays results in points. Kickoff is going to fall down to the 10. Across the 15-20, Richardson looking to go outside, trying to get the corner, does not. He's going to get taken down at the 20, they're going to say the 24-yard line, as that is where Anahuac will set up shop for their third possession of the ball game here with 4:36 remaining. And before we were rudely interrupted with a 80-yard kickoff return, I did not get to recap the Panthers' last drive. It was 4 plays, took a minute 8 off the clock. They drove 35 yards. Trotter connected with Coates on a 31-yard completion on the screen, and Coates was able to take it to the end zone. Point after was good from Garza, making the score 9-0. Then the 80-yard kickoff in the round. KJ Moore has the edge, 30, 35, 40, across the 45, cuts it back across midfield, is going to get to the 49, and that's going to be a pickup of 22.
And another big chunk yardage play by the Anahuac offense as they hurry back to the line.
27. And a first down. Timeout on the field as the Wolves are going to take their first timeout of the ball game. And Trent, this we talked about a track meet, and that's kind of what it's turning into.
That it has, and you know the speed on both sides, you know, of the football for both teams have been impressive so far. It's been a really quick-paced game, and it makes it a little bit more exciting to watch. But you know, St. Augustine is definitely a very athletic football team, and you know that's this back and forth is something to see. As you can tell that both teams really want it here before they go into district play next week.
So district starting up for the Panthers, and you know, I know it's one of the things that we've talked about. No one's really separated themselves in the district so far from what we've been able to tell.
No, they haven't, and you know you see on your screen, Buna's leading Koontz right now 21-0, and Curryville's leading 30-8 over Hemphill. You know, Hemphill in that opposing district for Anahuac when it comes to the by-district play. Orangefield and Woodville going at it only 6-0 over there in Orangefield.
As first down and 10 after the timeout, pitch right, cuts it upfield. De La O is going to fight his way forward. Looks like it's going to be, well, we got two different marks.
Looks like he may have picked.
Looks like they're going to give him 7. Brings up second down and 3. Fourth carry of the ball game for De La O. 15 yards. This one's going to go back to De La O, and the football's going to be loose, and the Wolves are going to have it.
And he just put his helmet on it, and the ball just popped out of there.
That ball, I didn't see who knocked it loose, but it was number 66, Jacob Marin Roberts, the junior, who jumped on it for the Wolves, and they're going to be set up in pretty good field position.
I wasn't quick enough to get on that replay, but like I said, put his helmet on it. Ball pops out, and it's going to be St. Augustine ball.
I believe Anahuac came into the ball game with no turnovers on the season, and
I think so, and that's one of them.
And this discombobulated ball on the field, and back-to-back turnovers as the Panthers jump on it. First down, Panthers.
Well, and I got quick enough on this one. You got to be quick and click the right button when it comes to this replay. But on the Chambers Health replay, I mean, we have back-to-back turnovers, and it, you know, kind of ran into each other there in the backfield, and it pops out again. And the Panthers coming up on that side of it this time.
Didn't see who jumped on it, but another turnover created by the Panther defense sets up the Panther offense at the Wolf 37. Trotter looking downfield, has a man, is going to be caught and taken down at the 17.
And there's Brooks Henneke getting in on the offensive action. I think he had a reception or two last Friday. A little quick pass over the middle.
Pick up a 20, first down. Trotter rolling out, fake me out, going to the end zone, and it's going to be incomplete. Looking to hit Major Jones.
And that's back at the line of scrimmage. Probably going to be a hold against the Panthers.
Trying to see if that was an 8 or a 9. Yep. Illegal man downfield. That was actually 9. So that was Brooks Henneke, the intended receiver, on that last throw. It's going to negate the throw as it is with the penalty. We'll bring up first down and 15. Second penalty of the ball game against the Panthers. 3:24 remaining here in the first quarter. Panthers leading the Wolves 9-6 on your Texas Gator Fest scoreboard. Going to go 3 wide to the near side as the Panthers are on the far hash. Trotter rolling right, under pressure, has to get rid of it, has Coates. Breaks the tackle across the 15, dives across the 10. It's going to be marked down there. And that's going to bring up
just short.
Second down and 2 after the pickup of 13. Quickly to the line. Now from the near hash, Trotter under center, pitch left. Is going to make his way and is going to pick up enough to move the chains. Going to be a pickup of 6 for Richardson. He's got 4 carries and 31 yards. Move the chains, first down, 8th first down of the first quarter for the Panthers. As they're going to move quickly, first and goal.
Another opportunity for the Panthers here in the red zone. Let's see if they are able to capitalize.
2 setbacks behind Trotter. He's going to hand it off to Henneke. Henneke on the end around. Looks like he's going to be able to pick up 4. We'll bring up second down and goal from I thought they with 3. So that's going to be a pickup of 3. Second down and goal from the 3. Trotter is going to pitch it right to De La. De La is going to pick up 2 and get to the 1. Trotter's going to come get the play call from head coach Greg Neese. And this is usually the time they like to hurry it up. And it was surprising to see Trotter walking back to the sideline, but now quickly pitch right into the end zone, touchdown. De La from a yard out punches it in as the Panthers extend their lead 15-6 pending the point after.
Another good series of plays there for the Panther offense. A little bit differently than we've seen in the last couple weeks, Alex.
Definitely. Swinging gate formation here for the Panthers. We have seen them go for 2 out of this formation. And they are going to go for 2. It's going to lob it up to Coates, and didn't get the ball high enough. Was going to be knocked away by the Wolf defender, Drkeldrick Malone. And the score will remain 15-6 after the failed 2-point conversion. Minute 55 left in the first. We'll be back with more after this on Anahuac Sports Live.
Gore Propane, family owned and operated by Jimmy and Renee Gore, has been servicing Chambers and surrounding counties since 1998. Gore Propane is the go-to company for all your propane needs, offering competitive pricing, tank sales, lease, residential and commercial propane sales, and bottling. They also offer automatic route and will call propane delivery for your convenience. Senior and veterans discounts available. Call Gore Propane today at 409-389-2245.
Ladies and gentlemen, to Anahuac Sports Live here at Kyle White Field in Anahuac. Big thanks to Texas Gator Fest for sponsoring our scoreboard and sponsoring the halftime show here coming up here shortly. Gator Fest getting started here tonight, and won't let a little rain hold them down, will they, Alex?
Absolutely not. Nothing like Gator Fest to bring a couple inches of rain to the Anahuac area quickly. And it looks like they're trying to go with an onside kick, but has kicked it just a little bit too hard, as recovering it was Carrick Burrell of St. Augustine, and that is where they will set up shop for their next possession. It was 7 plays, took a minute 55 off the clock. The Panthers drove 37 yards. Thomas De La punched it in from a yard out. The 2-point conversion was no good. Your new score, 15-6 on the Texas Gator Fest scoreboard.
Interesting that they went for the onside kick right there with as athletic as this St. Augustine offense is, and give them a little bit better field position here. Ball's on the turf.
On the turf again, as they have had some terrible issues with snaps.
Well, as I mentioned, it is a little slick down there. I'm sure that the turf is not dry at all, but I can see on the sidelines they're trying to keep those footballs dry, and that's not the first time that we've seen the very first play, with a mishandled snap or fumble in the backfield.
Loss of 9 as the Wolves go 5 wide. Quickly is going to go off the fingertips of Teagle, incomplete. Will bring up 3rd down and 19. Stops the clock with 1:22 remaining here in the first quarter. We'll get you some scoring updates from around the area, including district play. And for those of you who play in the weekly pick'em, we'll make sure to update those scores as well. Cartwright out of the gun is under pressure from Coates, and really nice job of contain there. Drops off the screen pass, and the speed is going to kill again, picking up all the yardage and more. That's going to be a pickup of 23 to move the chains. First down to Teagle.
Well, that's one of the things we saw in Quandre Coates in the backfield. He leads the district so far with 7 hits on the quarterback into the backfield. And, they had him beat, but it was excellent awareness there by the quarterback to see that person in the middle of the field and get that first down.
Boy, never want to be able to give up 3rd down and 19s, but first down and 10 for the Wolves. Cartwright out of the gun, high snap, pulled down. Handoff is going to go straight up the gut. Is going to get forward progress to the 40, so that'll be a pickup of 2 on the handoff going to D'Adrian Renfro. We'll bring it 2nd down and 8. His first carry of the ball game. From the far hash, Wolves moving right to left. 18 seconds and counting here on the game clock. We'll see if they want to run another play. Still looking to the sidelines. 7 seconds, and it looks like the Wolves are content moving on to the second quarter. So we will move on to the second quarter as well as the Panthers lead the Wolves 15-6. Back with more after this on Anahuac Sports Live.
Jerry's Oysters is a 3-generation family-owned and operated business located on Galveston Bay since 1970. Offering fresh, hand-shucked, and in-shell oysters year-round, Jerry's Oysters are available at your local H-E-B, or you can make a visit to their location in Smith Point, Texas. Locally sourced, high-quality, wild-caught, where our world is your oyster. For more information, call 409-355-2243 or go to jerrysoysters.com. Coastal Field Services, Southeast Texas' go-to company for right-of-way mowing, land clearing, site preparation, industrial commercial herbicide application, and industrial commercial site ground maintenance. No matter what your property maintenance or clearing needs are, you can rely on the professionals at Coastal Field Services. For more information, call 832-900-9800 and visit them at coastalfieldservicesllc.com.
Since 1948, Wilcox Drug Store has been the Anahuac area's most experienced and trusted pharmacy. Continuing its long-lasting reputation for personal attention to all your medical needs, Wilcox Drug Store offers counsel, refills, transfers, compounding, flu shots, and delivery. Visit pharmacist Dave Wilcox and his experienced staff today at 1208 Miller Street in Anahuac or call 409-267-6141. Wilcox Drug Store, delivering solutions, delivering confidence. Custom processing, professional guided hunts, hide tanning, and gator merchandise, Porter's Processing and Alligator Farm offers a personal experience like no other. Locally owned and operated in Anahuac, Texas since 1987, Porter's has been Southeast Texas' premier choice for any hunting adventure need. Now offering full-service processing of gator, deer, beef, hogs, and other wild game, make Porter's Processing this hunting season's one-stop shop. Visit them today at portersprocessing.com or call 409-267-8413.
And welcome back to Anahuac Sports Live. Trent Hart, Alex Outram, and Kyla Hart up above us doing the camera duties tonight. Want to thank our first quarter sponsor once again, Hannah Cody Realtor, 409-277-0806, or you can reach her on her email, hannahcodyhomes@gmail.com. So, a little bit longer break in between quarters as had a little bit of a injury, I think, on one of the officials down there, Alex.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to go to a 4-man crew down on the field, at least for the time being. Didn't actually see what happened.
I didn't either.
Nonetheless, 2nd down and 8 here to start the second quarter of play. The Wolves from the Panthers 40. It's Cartwright out of the gun. He's offset to his left, or to his right, rather.
Another high snap.
Rolls back, looking downfield, has a man open, is going to be pulled down and caught.
A great catch there going up for that ball.
From the 10, as it went to number 8 for 30 yards. Has now connected on his last 2 passes of 23 and 30. Jaden Clifton was the receiver. Handoff straight up the middle.
It's a good fake.
Dragging a defender with him. We'll see how many yards Renfro got.
Well, Cartwright did an excellent fake there, thinking the Panthers were thinking he was going to keep it himself. Another one there, pretty much the same play on that one, bringing it down to almost to 5.
So that was a pickup of 7 to Renfro, and now that is a first down with the pickup of 4 to Renfro.
Waiting on the chain gang down there. Yeah, should be first and goal.
4th first down of the game for the Wolves. Deep in Panther territory. 11-10 and counting here in the first half. Cartwright getting the play from the sideline. Wolves are going 3 wide from the middle of the field. He's offset to his right by Nash, to his left rather. Looking downfield, has a man, is going to go in and out of the hands of his intended receiver, Jakeldrick Malone.
Well, the Panthers lucky that he wasn't able to get that ball and pull it in, because he was pretty much wide open. He only had 1 man around him, and he was about 5 yards away.
That's going to bring up 2nd down and goal from the 5. Stops the clock with 10:50 remaining. Cartwright's going to go out of the gun again. 3 wide, 2 to the near side, 1 to the far. He's going to be offset to his right by Nash. Fakes the handoff, rolling right. He's going to keep it himself. Is going to be taken down by the shoestrings at the 2. That's going to be a pickup of 3. Wholesale substitutions coming in from the near hash. Wolves moving left to right now here in the second quarter.
See if that bend, not break mentality will play a part here.
3rd down and goal. Fakes the handoff and ends up getting it to the lone setback Nash as he punches it in from 2. Andrew Nash, his 3rd carry of the ball game, punches it into the end zone for the 2nd touchdown of the night for the Wolves, as your new score is 15-12, pending the point after from Barrios.
On a good set of plays there, a good series for St. Augustine to get it down into Panther territory and punch it in for another 6. And the ground and pound on for both teams continues to be to their advantages.
And going for 2 is the Wolves. Out of the I formation, it's Cartwright under center. Pitch it left. Nash is going to pick up a block and is not, I didn't want to speak too soon, but is not going to get there. The 2-point conversion does fail, and your new score is 15-12 with 10:06 remaining here in the first half, as we'll be back with more after this on Anahuac Sports Live.
Hello, my name is Mark Poggles, and I'm the pastor at Community Christian Fellowship Church in Oak Island, Texas. I would like to personally invite you to join us for Bible study during the week and our church services on Sunday morning. We have a nursery for the little ones, and our church family will greet you with a smile on their face and a loving heart. Come and celebrate with us as we study God's Word and give Him all the praise and thanks He deserves. Hope to see you there. Take care and God bless. Go Panthers!
Alex Outram, Trent Hart, Kyla Hart here from Kyle White Stadium as the Wolves strike back. Your new score 15-12 with the Panthers leading on your Texas Gator Fest scoreboard. Barrios has it teed up at the Wolf 40. End over end kick is going to fall down to Moore at the 10. Across the 20. Makes moves and stays on his feet across the 25-30. Trying to get to the outside corner, 40, 45, 50, and is going to be tackled out of bounds in Wolf territory as the Panthers will start their third possession of the ball game in San Augustine territory.
Well, one of the best kickoff returns we've seen out of the special teams for the Panthers so far. And KJ Moore putting a hand down, keeping himself on his feet, and able to get it past midfield. Will give the Panthers offense really good field position to try and put together another series here. Now, I can't expect them to do nothing less than keep it on the ground like I've been doing.
From the Wolves 45. Pistol formation, low snap is going to be a busted play. Trotter's going to keep it across the 45. It's going to be taken down at the 41. We'll pick up 4 on the busted play, and we'll bring up second down and 6.
A little confusion there in the backfield on where Richardson was supposed to be on that particular handoff, but Trotter having the awareness to just tuck it and run and making something out of nothing, getting 4 out of the play.
I think the timing was thrown off by the low snap too, as when Trotter picked it up off the turf, he was facing the wrong direction, or vice versa. Nonetheless, second down and 6. Trotter rolling right, looking downfield, looking for Coates, and has him, and it's going to go incomplete as Coates couldn't come up with it. Pretty good pass there by Trotter on the run.
We've talked about Trotter, passing on the run a lot, and, about how the offensive line hasn't really been able to give him time to set his feet and stuff. But I think that he prefers to throw on the run, Alex.
Now it has, as we've been able to see Trotter a little bit more, that does look like what he likes to do. You have plenty of rollouts, and he's been trying to deliver while on the run. Third down and 6 from the Wolves 41. 9:09 remaining here in the first half. 3 wide, 2 to the near side. Handoff's going to go Delo straight up the gut. It's going to get the first down and more. Across the 30, getting to the outside 25. Leaps over to defender down to the 20. It's going to be a pickup at 21. Move the chains. First down.
Big chunk yardage there for Delo. Looking around on the field for a flag. Because it seems like every time, Thomas is able to break one, a flag goes down on the turf.
Quickly to the line of scrimmage from the far hash. First down and 10 from the red zone. Trotter fakes the handoff, rolls right. He's going to keep it himself again and is going to pick up 3 yards. We'll bring up second down and 7. Third rush for Trotter for 7 yards.
We haven't seen too many design keeper plays for Trotter so far this season.
Second down and 7 from the 17. Pistol formation. Will hand off to De La O, and he's going to get caught. He's going to pick up a yard before he goes down. That's going to bring up 3rd down and 6 once more. 8 carries, 40 yards for Thomas De La O. We hope.
Our stats were a little bit, different from last week when we look at the spreadsheet.
I do preface it with they are our stats,
As
not
we
the
have them.
official stats. And I did have an Humble ISD education, which means math is hard. 3rd down and 6 from the 16. Trotter out of the gun. He's offset by 2 receivers. They now move in motion. Trotter looking downfield, has Cunningham at the 10, and it's going to fall forward to the 7. That's going to be enough for a 1st down after the pickup of 10.
Well, Cunningham kind of bobbled that and kept concentrating to pull that in. He knew how important that 3rd down play was to get him inside the 10.
2nd reception for Cunningham for 17 yards. That puts Trotter over the century mark through the air. 1st down and goal from the 8. Yep.
Yeah,
Pitch left is going to not go anywhere after the false start.
Yeah, couldn't get set here on the near side. I don't know if you caught it, but a little bit of movement as he got down in a 3-point stance and couldn't hold his balance. So that was the false start call. We'll back him up a little bit. Still 1st and goal, though.
3rd penalty for 20 yards against the Panthers.
Keeping a better control over the penalties so far in this football game. Definitely better than what we've seen so far. 180 yards in penalties over 2 games for the Anahuac Panthers. Well,
1st down and goal from the
280 yards.
Okay. Okay.
I was being generous.
1st down and goal from the 13. Pitch right, De La O across the 10 is going to be pulled down at the 6. That's going to be a pickup of 7. Brings up 2nd down and goal from the 6.
Yeah, I was being a little generous there on the penalty yardage. I was hoping we didn't have to talk about it too much.
Quickly to the line of scrimmage. Trotter, pitch right, De La O across the 5 is going to be stood up at the 3.
Yeah, got him to 3. I almost thought they gave him the 2.
So that'll be, is it the 2? Yeah, it's 3. 50 yards on 10 carries for Thomas De La O, 3rd down and goal. Panthers are 3 of 5 on 3rd down. Trotter rolling left, looking for the end zone, just overthrows Cunningham in the end zone. Will bring up 4th down and goal from the 3.
Well, it looks like the field goal unit is coming onto the field, so we'll see. What is the new kicker's name?
Jonas Texum. Texum is on to handle the field goal duties from the 3. Will mark it at the 10, make it a 20-yard field goal from the right hash. Holders Trotter gets it down. Kick is up. Kick is good. So with 5:55 remaining here in the first half, the Panthers put more points on the board. They now lead it 18-12. Back after this on Anahuac Sports Live. Alex Outram, Trent Hart, Kyla Hart back here from Kyle White Stadium, where after an 8-play, 3-minute and 42-yard drive, Jonas Texum connects from 20 yards out, and your new score is Anahuac 18, San Augustine 12 on your Texas Gator Fest scoreboard. Texum's going to get under it. End-over-end kick is going to fall to the 10. Across the 15, 20. Going to the outside, has it 30, 35, 40, and it's going to get pushed out of bounds around the 42 or 43. We'll see where they mark it.
Well, another good return there by the Wolves. Even though the great kick down almost by the 10 by Texum. St. Augustine able to take advantage of it and get it back to what looks like the 41.
So with 5:43 remaining here in the first half, the Wolves now looking to strike back.
And want to tell everybody that the bands are not here tonight, so we won't have halftime performances, but we will have a halftime show where we'll go over some of the scores from around the area.
I think the St. Augustine band got here late, but I think they're here.
They're here, but I don't think that we're going to have what is happening. We had a penalty on the play. Oh, late hit out of bounds on the Panthers. I didn't see that one.
Something like that.
That is going to hurt the Panthers as the St. Augustine even better field position here.
So change that. High snap is going to be taken, and hand off to Renfro will go for 2. Brings up second down and 8. Change that to the Anahuac. Panther 44 is where they started their drive. So second down and 8 from the 42. Out of the gun is Cartwright. Sets back, looking left, throwing left into double coverage. Is intercepted, and was he inbounds? He was.
Yeah. Let me see if I can't get that replay real quick.
Talon Cunningham on the interception.
As you see on the far side, Talon Cunningham on the coverage on your Chambers Health replay.
Was able to get a foot down.
Man, he was close, but the referee did call it inbounds as the Panthers get a strike of luck here with 5 minutes to go here in the first half.
From their own 13 now with 5:10 remaining here. Trotter out of the pistol is going to hand it off left side. Richardson with the stiff arm is going to fight his way forward. He's going to get forward progress to the 20. He ran a lot of yards to pick up 2. Brings up second down and 8.
Hard fought 2 yards. Good stiff arm there. Did they give him 3?
He got to the 20.
Okay. Just looks a little weird from this angle.
I guess they had it between the 17 and the 18. I called it the 17. So second down and 7. Quick toss, Cunningham at the 20. Trying to find somewhere to go. Is going to get pushed out of bounds. Looks like he got pushed out of bounds at the 25. Going to be a pickup of 6. Third reception for Cunningham for 23 yards. Third down and 1 is going to go straight up the gut, and it's going to pick up a first down.
That was Dela-O on the run. Been impressed with Dela-O's vision and letting his blocks develop out in front of him. It's been a consistency of his the last couple of weeks, and he's been able to see those seams really, really well.
11 carries, 62 yards for Thomas Dela-O after the 12-yard pickup. Moves to chains, 3:59 and counting here in the first half. First down and 10 from the 38. Low snap, Trotter rolling left, delivering to Coates. Can't connect with them, incomplete, brings up second down and 10. Eight of 14 for 115 yards and a touchdown so far for Logan Trotter tonight. Second down and 10. Head coach Greg Neese delivering the play to Trotter. Nine seconds on the play clock. Trotter out of the gun. Nope, I'm sorry, under center. Handoff is going to come around the left side across the 40, fighting his way forward. De La O is going to get to the 44. It's going to be a pickup of 6, brings up 3rd down and 4. Already the 7th 3rd down here of the first half for the Panthers. Out of the gun, Trotter. We're going to have a flag and false start. 5 penalties, 40 yards against the Panthers tonight.
Well, just when we thought that they were, I mean, it's a step in the right direction as far as yardage is concerned per half for the Panthers, but they've got to continue to work on that, especially next week when you go and see, when Hardin comes here and you start district play and you get into the meat of that schedule. Your Orangefield, EC, Buna, and even Kirbyville have a nice showing so far in the preseason.
3rd down and 9 from the Panther 39. Trotter rolling left, throws right, trying to set up the screen, read perfectly by the Wolves defense. I believe that was DeAdrian Renfro who almost had the interception on the screen.
The punting unit coming on for Anahuac here. Dello will try to get a foot underneath it. So the penalty that knocked him back proving to be costly.
Panthers kicking it away with 2:53 remaining here in the first half. Defense is going to have to step up again. Sideways, sidewinding punt is going to take a Panther bounce inside the 20. It's going to roll down to rest at the 17, and that is where St. Augustine will set up shop here for their 4th possession of the first half.
Well, I do see St. Augustine's band down there getting ready for a halftime showing. Glad they were able to make it down here.
First down and 10 from the Wolves 17.
Kind of disappointing that the Pride of Anahuac didn't come out of the band hall and set up, because the rain has moved on. Not expecting any more for the rest of the evening.
Cartwright's going to be out of the gun, 3 wide from the near hash. Handoff is going to go straight up Broadway. Fighting his way forward and picking up short yardage is going to be Andrew Nash. They're going to give him a pickup of 1. Brings up 2nd down and 9. 4 rushes, 10 yards for Nash. Cartwright out of the gun, 3 wide. Looking downfield, has it complete.
Close to the first. I think they're going to give it to him. That will move the chains.
That's going to be exactly 9. 6th first down of the first half. 62 yards through the air for Cartwright. Quickly. Pass is caught by Teagle. That's going to be a pickup of 7. Brings up 2nd down and 7. The 2nd down and 3 after the reception of 7. Wolves hurrying. Fakes the handoff. No, actually it did hand it off. Going to get caught in the backfield. Panthers swarmed. I think that's going to be a loss of 3 to Nash. Brings up.
Like Baylor Lanferman was back there first to the ball, or first to the quarterback there.
Quickly, Cartwright throws high, incomplete on 3rd down.
So decision time here for St. Augustine. They are deep in their own territory. It looks like their punting unit is going to come on. I thought they might try to go for it to try and get this ball game tied or even take the lead before going in for halftime, but they are electing to kick it away.
Punter is going to set up as we're going to have timeout. St. Augustine, I believe that's their last timeout of the first half. We'll take it with them. Back after this on Anahuac Sports Live.
Building a new home? Does your driveway need that long overdue facelift? Or are you just looking to finally get your lot cleared and ready to build something great? Look no further and trust the locally owned and operated professionals at Title Services Incorporated. No need to hire multiple contractors. Title Services does all phases of residential and commercial land clearing, house pads, ponds, dirt and rock delivery, and demolition. Call for a free estimate, 409-267-1057, or visit them on Facebook at Title Services, Inc.
Swanky Insurance in Anahuac, Texas is dedicated to community and service. That includes saving you money. With access to over 30 carriers, Swanky Insurance will give the personal attention that you deserve and tailor any policy specifically to your needs. From home, auto, flood, and windstorm, they are the one-stop insurance agency. Call agent and owner Todd Swanky to get your no-obligation cost-saving quote today at 409-267-3115, or you can visit them at swankyinsurance.com.
We're going to have a penalty coming out of the timeout. It's going to be a false start.
So any chance of a thought or even a thought of a fake has gone out the window now, definitely.
Having a hard time seeing the number of the punter.
As well.
4th down and 11. Any thought of a fake now is probably out the window. Low punt. It looked like it bounced off of a Wolf defender, but it's going to be marked at the 42 of the Panthers.
So the Panthers will have a minute to try and create some separation here before going in for halftime. Be sure to stick around for the Texas Gator Fest halftime show, where we'll be going over scores from around the area, the stats as we have them for the first half. Want to thank our second quarter sponsor, Anahuac Florist, 409-267-3875, or you can go to AnahuacFlorist.com for any of your flower needs.
Also important for the drive, all 3 timeouts for the Panthers if needed. Out of the gun, low snap once more. Trotter's going to have to take the busted play. It's going to go around the 45. Going to have holding as he's going to get tackled out of bounds. Busted play there as the snap was low and the timing was thrown off once more. We'll bring up first down and 20.
Kind of frustrating. I'm sure Trotter was too, because he had another mishap in the backfield and trying to make something out of nothing, and he did, but completely erased by a hold.
So second down and 18, they're going to give, or first down and 18, they're going to give Trotter 2 on the carry. Out of the gun, offset to his left. Sets back, looking downfield, looking for Cunningham. It's going to be high and incomplete. Cunningham had a chance, but it would have been a very tough catch in wet conditions. Brings up second down and 18. .30 seconds remaining here in the first half. I'm going to guess that the Panthers are going to go with a run play here. If you quickly go with pass plays, you still have a chance to kick it back to the Wolves. I'm sure head coach Greg Neese doesn't want to do that. Sets back, rolling right. Trotter's going to keep it himself across the 35, across the 40. Clock rolling and timeout Panthers. 17 seconds remaining here in the first half after the pickup of 6.
kind of proved us wrong, because I thought they were going to run it as well. But, I mean, well, he did. It was rolling out to his right, intending to pass. You know, Trotter hauling it in and getting a bunch of the penalty yardage back. Not quite to get to the original line of scrimmage, but a big third down here with only 17 seconds remaining. As the Anahuac Panthers taking a timeout to think about things here a little bit. They're probably going to take a few, like at least one shot to the sideline to get the fresh set of downs and hopefully get a wide receiver out of bounds to stop the clock.
So 17 seconds remaining here in the first half. Remind everybody to stick around for the Texas Gator Fest halftime show. We'll get you scores from around the updates, up from around the area. Stats as we have them. Trent's analysis of the first half. As out of the gun, 3rd down and 12. Trotter's going to keep it himself, trying to find somewhere to go. Getting to the edge is going to pick up 2. We'll bring up 4th down. And it's probably going to be timeout St. Augustine. Yep, they're going to say roll the clock.
That'll take us into half.
And that will, well,
well,
yep,
that will.
well, we had a referee on the other side signal a timeout.
That's what I thought too.
But the time did run out. So at the half, Anahuac leads San Augustine 18-12. We'll be back with the halftime show after this on Anahuac Sports Live.
Anahuac Sports Live is brought to you by ABC Nitrogen Service Corps, the 2023 Texas Gator Fest, Anahuac Florist, Anahuac National Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender, The Beginning Mexican Grill, Community Christian Fellowship Church, Chambers County Abstract Company, Chambers Health, Coastal Field Services, LLC, The Crawfish Hideaway, Desmo's AC and Refrigeration, Four Corner Tires and Oil, Gore Propane, Hannah Cody Realtor, Jerry's Seafood Incorporated, Julia Luna Real Estate, Porter's Wild Game Processing and Alligator Farm, Amber Villarreal, insurance agent with State Farm, Title Services Incorporated, Turan Lawn Care, Swanky Insurance Agency, Turn 2 Specialty Companies, and Wilcox Drugstore in Anahuac.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. The San Augustine Independent School District is proud to present the 2023 San Augustine Wolfpack Band. The band is led onto the field by senior drum major Jamaica Wilson. Please enjoy tonight's performance, including Precision Fanfare by Tim Ray and Peacemaker March by Carl Kim. to present the 2023 St. Augustine High School Majorettes. They are freshmen at Destiny Diggles, freshman Sanaya Garner, freshman Zoe Poole, sophomore Cameron Hudson, junior Delia Jenkins, junior Joanna Rojas, senior Mia Carcamo, senior Diana Martinez, they are led onto the field by co-captains senior Yuvia Hernandez and senior with Nico Wilson. The twirler of the week is Cameron Hudson. Please enjoy the Majorettes routine to all of the lights. The band members of the week are Ingrid Landon and Joshua Amber. The band is under the direction of head director Ismael.
Alex Outram, Trent Hart, Kyla Hart back at the half here from Kyle White Field as the Panthers lead the Wolves 18-12. And Trent, it's been advertised as the Wolves' speed and the Panthers' defense have gone toe-to-toe.
Well, and it's been a very exciting football game so far. The speed for both teams has really contributed to what we've seen so far. Very impressed with the St. Augustine Wolves and what the drives that they've been able to put together, aside from a couple of mistakes in the backfield, a couple of mishandled snaps, whether they were high or low, or that they ended up on the turf, but as a result of kind of hitting, their own man in the backfield. Aside from those couple of mistakes, the St. Augustine Wolves have been able to play a very solid first half of football. As for the Anahuac Panthers, it seems that, they've kind of forced things whenever they're trying to pass the football. And to me, it's like, stick with what's working, and that's the ground and pound between Della O and Richardson. We haven't seen much of Garrett Dye tonight. Richardson's been running really well, and so has Della O. Stick with that, and you're going to see success here in the second half.
Yeah, and I think you can see some of the effects that Mother Nature has had, especially at the beginning of the game with St. Augustine, where they had turnovers. down on the goal line and the safety early on.
Right, and that was one of the things that I was talking about as far as the mistakes go. They had them pinned down deep, and that safety might come into play here in the later part of this football game. Right now, only 6 points separating the Wolves from Anahuac, but it's going to be interesting to see how these two teams adjust. They've had a chance to see each other on both sides of the football and see how their offenses are ran, and these defenses, I think, is what's going to really shine here in the second half.
Panthers on 2 separate occasions being stuffed inside the 5, first being a turnover on downs, and then the second being a 20-yard field goal from Texum.
Well, and Texum coming in from the JV squad, able to make his field goal and taking care of the kicking duties for Anahuac tonight. I was kind of skeptical about it. He was going to be a little bit jittery, maybe a little bit starry-eyed, like Coach Neese said that a young player can be, but he's done well so far tonight as well. And it's something that we were talking about during the break, and when we were talking about the Anahuac offense and what they're able to do, and the passing wise, and it seems like Trotter has to be a little bit more poised. He has to take his time, kind of let his receivers get to their spots and not try to force the football.
No, absolutely. As for the San Augustine Wolves, they only had 4 possessions in the first half, sandwiched around an 80-yard kickoff return for a touchdown. Their first drive, as we spoke about, ended up being a safety. Anahuac came back, marched down the field, hit pay dirt, and extended their lead to 9-0. Directly after that, it was that 80-yard kickoff return for a touchdown.
Right.
Where Demarion Teagle absolutely turned on the afterburners once he hit the outside and down the sideline.
Well, and it kind of exposed the Anahuac defense on the edge there, and I think that they've studied that probably in the film room over the week and kind of saw how the Anahuac Panthers defense pursues runs, and when you have that kind of speed and you can get to the outside quickly and get down the sideline, you're going to be able to bust 80-yard play, or those big chunk yardage plays like he did.
So after that, it was an Anahuac 7-play, minute 55, 37-yard drive where Thomas Dalo punched it in from 1 yard out. The swinging gate formation, 2-point conversion was no good. That made the score 15-6. After that, it was San Augustine who answered back. They went on an 8-play, 55-yard drive. They ate up over 3 minutes off the clock. It was a 2-yard Andrew Nash rush. The 2-point conversion was no good. The score was then 15-12. The possession after that, it was Anahuac who drove 42 yards, took 3:58 off the clock on 8 plays, and it was the aforementioned Texum 20-yard field goal that made the score 18-12, where we are at now. As for the stats for the Wolves, as we have them, rushing, the leading rusher is Adrian Renfro. He's had 4 carries for 15 yards. Andrew Nash has had 5 carries for 7. Demarion Teagle had an end around for 8 yards, and it was Timorian Cartwright who's had 2 carries for -6 yards, -9 coming off of a fumble recovery that was recovered in the backfield. Through the air, 4 of 8 for 69 yards and an interception. 2 of those receptions going to Teagle, 2 for 30 yards. The other 2 going to Clifton for 39 yards. 2 for 4 on third down for the Wolves, 6 first downs in the first half. As for the Panthers, leading rusher in the ball game is Thomas Dalo. He's got 12 rushes for 68 yards and a touchdown. Darius Richardson, 5 carries, 33 yards. Garrett Dye had a single carry for 5 yards. Trotter's got 6 carries for 18. KJ Moore had an end around for 27 yards. And Henneke had 2 carries for 23 yards. Through the air, it is 9 of 16 for 115 yards and a touchdown for Logan Trotter. That touchdown going to Quandre Coates. He's got 2 receptions for 44 yards, including that 31-yard touchdown. 3 receptions for Cunningham for 23 yards. KJ Moore has a reception for 18. Thomas De La O has 2 receptions for 28. 6 penalties for 50 yards for the Panthers. Have them down for 13 first downs in the first half, going 3 of 8 on third down and 0 for 1 on fourth down.
Well, I mean, you look at the rushing stats for the Anahuac Panthers, and if you know, it's easy to be an armchair quarterback, right? But if it's me, you know, I'm coming out in the second half and I'm controlling the football game with the run. And I mean, between De La O and between Richardson, you can do that. They've been seeing their blockers really well. They've been able to see the holes really well and break up some, 5, 6, 7 yard runs, and even breaking out a couple bigger runs in between that. So if I'm Coach Neese, I'm like, if I'm seeing that, and the St. Augustine, they're just as vulnerable on the edges as the Anahuac defense. I'm trying to go for those a little bit more, even though they've had success up the middle. So I wouldn't try to force the football in the passing game, especially with the conditions we have on the field. We've seen it in the first half on both sides, on St. Augustine and Anahuac, when those snaps getting away or the football slipping through the receiver's hands. Stick to the ground and pound, control the football game, and try to come out of here with a victory.
Completely agree. We're going to take our next time out here on the Gator Fest halftime show, and we'll be back with scoring updates and the second half from Kyle White Field. As reminding you of your score, Anahuac leads St. Augustine 18-12. Back after this on Anahuac Sports Live.
Anahuac Sports Live is brought to you by ABC Nitrogen Service Corps, the 2023 Texas Gator Fest, Anahuac Florist, Anahuac National Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender, The Beginning Mexican Grill, Community Christian Fellowship Church, Chambers County Abstract Company, Chambers Health, Coastal Field Services LLC, The Crawfish Hideaway, Desmo's AC and Refrigeration, Four Corner Tires and Oil, Gore Propane, Hannah Cody Realtor, Jerry's Seafood Incorporated, Julia Luna Real Estate, Porter's Wild Game Processing and Alligator Farm, Amber Villarreal, insurance agent with State Farm, Title Services Incorporated, Turan Lawn Care, Swanky Insurance Agency, Turn 2 Specialty Companies, and Wilcox Drugstore in Anahuac.
Alex Outram, Trent Hart, Kyla Hart back here from Kyle White Field as We are nearing the end of halftime. Anahuac leading San Augustine 18-12. And looking around the scoreboard, we've got some high-scoring games so far this weekend.
Yeah. You got Vider, a little bit closer game there. Vider is on top of St. Louis Catholic 21-17. The Columbus Cardinals all over Houston North Forest 48-0. Newton Eagles getting back on top 42-34 over West Orange Stark. They're in the third quarter over there. One of the games that we were looking very closely at this week. It was actually the wild card pick in our pick'ems this week. Definitely went over the predicted score I had. But
me as well.
It was definitely a high-scoring affair, and they still got a quarter and a half to play. Kirbyville, they're going to remain probably undefeated after this week. They're all over Hemphill. Kirbyville is leading 46-8 in the fourth quarter. They're just getting underway on the fourth quarter over there. Crosby beating Barbers Hill in a surprise move there in the third quarter, 34-28. Hitchcock beating Houston Wheatley 47-7. Buna leading Kuntz at halftime 21-0. The Dieball Lumberjacks is demolishing the Hardin Jefferson Hawks 42-6. Port Arthur Memorial leading New Caney 38-28. They are almost done over there. 4 minutes remaining in the fourth quarter. Crockett. Crockett has not been able to get things put together this year, Alex, losing to Grossback Goats 44-0. They're in the third quarter.
Ooh.
Yeah. Jasper trailing Franklin 23-0. Kind of a fall from grace as Jasper, as they were ranked a couple of weeks ago, falling out of the rankings last week in their loss. Cold Spring is leading Corrigan Camden. Corrigan Camden, another one of those that is unable to get their feet underneath them, 48-14 in the third.
And another high-scoring affair. The Deer Park Deer have defeated the Clearbrook Wolverines 500-0.
That's got to be wrong. There's an app glitch for you if I've ever seen one.
No, the Deer Park Deer did defeat Clearbrook, but it was not 500-0.
Maybe 50-0.
I believe it was 50-0.
Silsbee is leading over Brazosport 49-7. They're in the third. East Chambers is on top of Liberty 28-10. They're in the third quarter. And that will wrap things up in our region, or at least I have them, Max. I think you got a couple more than I do.
Yeah, Lumberton getting back on track against Bridge City at the half.
Right.
They're up 49-14. Tarkington is leading Beaumont Kelly 25-21. Hampshire Finette is all over Splendora 42-0.
No surprise there either.
I can't remember if you mentioned or not. Woodville is on top of Orangefield 19-7.
Yeah, I wonder why that didn't pop up. I got to check my app to make sure all my favorites are saved.
Hardin is on top of Holday Zeta 41-0.
There's another one.
And looks like covered some of the games you did. A lot of games going on tomorrow as well. Trent, keys to the second half as we get set for it.
Well, I've already talked about it, and it's going back to the run game for the Panthers. They're going to have to really control things here in the second half to try and take the football out of St. Augustine's hands, because we've seen St. Augustine, they've been able to do some great things offensively, and they had that one kick return for a touchdown, but they've got good size, they've got good athleticism and the speed that we've consistently talked about here all night long. And they've been able to do some things against this Panther defense that we didn't necessarily expect them to do. So offensively, it's going to be on the Panthers to really, take control of this football game. And like I said, not force the football with the pass. The conditions down there aren't ideal. So they're going to have to do some things and making some adjustments to better control this football game.
Want to shout out some people tuning in tonight. Want to thank the Brashears for tuning in to tonight's ball game. The Ulriches have a nice little setup that they're tuned into tonight, so appreciate y'all tuning in to tonight's broadcast. Terry Fortenberry tuned in. I think she's probably going between us and and the Newton football game. Maybe a little bit more heavily favored toward the Fighting Terry Fortenberries in Newton.
Yeah, I saw that. That was pretty funny. You know, we talk about some of these districts within our region. We're going to be going over District 9 and 10, as well as some of the, 4, 5, and 6A, as well as the 1 and 2A divisions in the 5-9N Sports podcast that we'll be doing from on Monday night. See for that to drop that link in our Facebook page Tuesday morning. I'll be joining Craig Irwin and Toby Tellis. We'll be doing all of our district predictions in this week's podcast, so you don't want to miss that.
We are set for the second half of play, as it is Jonas Texum who has it teed up at the 40 for the Panthers. Panthers received in the first half. It was San Augustine who won the toss and deferred. Line drive kick is going to bounce at the 20, be taken at the 15 across the 30. It's Teagle looking to go outside, catches the sideline down the 50, down the 40, and pushed out of bounds in Panther territory.
Was a flag coming in?
I started scanning for flags as soon as he got pushed out of bounds.
Well, it was down here next by, I think around the 45 is where the flag was thrown. I'm seeing maybe if there was a block in the back or even a hold.
And they are
waving it off.
Wow. So great field position for San Augustine to start here. They still haven't marked the football.
Well, it looked like he was pushed out somewhere around the 40, maybe even the 39. Yep, 39 is where they're going to place it.
So from the Panther 39-yard line to start the second half of play.
That's huge for the San Augustine Wolves, and them electing to defer to the second half and receive it here is going to work out for them.
Head coach Greg Neese is asking what exactly went down with that waved off flag. Nice evening it's actually turned into here, as rain for most of the day, including 3 or 4 lightning delays here before the game, which is why we got started so late. Currently 79 degrees.
Some much needed rain here in Southeast Texas.
Cartwright out of the gun, sends a man in motion. It's Teague. He's going to fake the end around. He's going to keep it himself. He's going to fight his way forward. He's going to get to the 35. Will be a pickup of 4. Brings up second down and 6.
Well, the misdirection is really working in the Wolves' favor, getting the Panthers defense to bite on those fake end arounds.
And Teagle has shown his speed tonight. Out of the gun, Cartwright. He's going to hand it off to Nash. Nash is going to have the ball punched out, and it looks like he's going to jump back on it, but not before a pretty substantial loss. It's going to be a loss of 5. Couldn't see who laid the helmet on the ball.
I didn't either. It's kind of hard to see with the condensation on the window in front of us. Have to kind of look between the lines.
The alternative is
I should have this other screen set up here.
Coates was under pressure. His screen is caught, trying to make a move. Shoestring tackle is going to be taken down at the 36.
I didn't mean for Ken to go out there and do the squeegeeing, but I appreciate it. That's for sure.
That's going to be a pickup of 4 to Clifton.
So 4th and 7. Kind of in no man's land here. They're probably, if I had to guess, going to go for it.
I would assume so.
Oh, I got 3rd. Sorry.
3rd down here. 3rd and 7.
Thought it was 4th. I'm getting way ahead of myself.
Cartwright out of the gun, moves his receiver Nash over. Looks back to the sideline. 10 seconds left on the play clock as they are changing the play. 3 wide from the far hash. Moving left to right here in the 3rd quarter. Snap back. Rolling left. Under pressure. Still under pressure. He's going to keep it himself. Cartwright is going to be met by a host of Panther defenders, and he's going to get sacked. That's going to be a loss of 2, and we'll bring up 4th down and 9.
Brooks Henneke as well as Tyler Kelly in on the sack. And that will bring up the 4th down that I got ahead of myself on earlier.
Still an interesting decision. You're at the 38-yard line. You're at.
Well, was it? It was 4th down. So they had the marker wrong on the far side of the field. It's turnover on down. It's Anahuac football. So I was right on that.
You were right. I got peeked out by the sideline.
I don't know.
Nonetheless, Trotter rolls right, has Coates across midfield very quickly into San Augustine territory.
That's Nestor Hernandez on the down marker. He's going to be getting a text or two from me after a while.
Good. Pickup of 16.
Kind of a mishandled snap there. Able to get it to Delao. Falling to the 40. Be a pickup of 6 for him.
13 carries, 74 yards for Delao. 2nd down and 4 from the Wolf 40. .908 and counting here in the 3rd quarter. Anahuac defense creating their third turnover of the evening. Delao has a gap, is going to pick up the 1st down. That's going to be a pickup of 5.
Delao looking for his, well, I would say 3rd straight game over the century mark, but last week was kind of a skew toward the other way. Not sure what happened on that, but has had a couple of great games on the ground for Thomas.
1st down and 10 from the Wolves 35. Trotter under center. Lone setback is Delao. Sets back, looking downfield, looking for Cunningham. It's going to be caught into the end zone. Touchdown from 35 yards.
That is textbook planting your feet in the pocket by Trotter and hitting your target downfield for Cunningham. We'll take another look at that if they don't. It looks like they're going to get back to the line. We'll take a look at it here in a little bit. But that's what we're talking about as far as giving Trotter, that just that extra second or two of protection so that he can really look downfield and make contact.
Oscar Garza on for the point after. Snap back. Kick is up, and the kick is good. So with 8:27 remaining here in the 3rd quarter, the Panthers strike quick. Your new score, 25-12. Back after this on Anahuac Sports Live.
Want to know Anahuac's best-kept secret? The Crawfish Hideaway is just that. From fresh Cajun-boiled crawfish, shrimp, snow crab, and even homemade gumbo. While you're there, be sure to try their famous fried gator bites or boudin egg rolls. Starting in December, come get your bug on at 400 Miller Street in Anahuac, 409-267-6060, or find them online at crawfishhideaway.com. The Crawfish Hideaway, proud supporters of Anahuac ISD and Panther Athletics.
And welcome back to Anahuac Sports Live. We're going to take another look at that scoring play as Trotter got really good protection up front. Able to step up in the pocket, as you'll see here, really get a leg behind it and hit Cunningham into the end zone for another Panther 6. Let me put the extra point up here. It is now 25-12 Anahuac with 8:27 remaining in the 3rd quarter.
Texham has it teed up at the 40. As he's going to, looks like they tried another onside kick and it went directly to the Wolves player, and they're going to start with pretty good field position at their own 48-yard line.
Well, the second onside attempt by the Panthers tonight, I can only assume that they're trying that because the Wolves have been so good on their kickoff returns here tonight, being able to get really good field position out of them. So I'm only assuming that's the reasoning behind the onside kicks.
5 plays, a minute 12 off the clock. The Panthers drove 62 yards, capped off with a Trotter to Cunningham 35-yard touchdown. The point after was good, 25-12 on the Texas Gator Fest scoreboard. Rush around the right side as that was going to be handed to 2. Nope, that's 8.
Pham and Henneke on the tackle.
8 was Clifton, who picked up 4, 2nd down and 6 into Panther territory. Cartwright out of the gun, offset to his left, moving left to right from the near hash. Handoff is going to keep it himself, and he's got nothing but that open real estate, and he's going to take it to the house from 48 yards out.
Faked everybody out, faked the camera out, faked me out. I was looking down here on the near sideline, so a great play by San Augustine, and they will get into the end zone.
Wow. And again, you saw it on the film earlier this week, and so did head coach Greg Neese.
Yeah.
Cartwright's speed is something scary.
Yeah, when he gets up in the open field, he's hard to catch, and you saw it right there. He just left all of the Anahuac defenders in his wake, and the San Augustine Wolves answer right back as they'll try for their PAT.
Snap back. Kick is blocked, and it's going to be recovered by the Panthers. We'll see if he can take it to the house. It's Dye across midfield, across the 40, across the 30. He's got one man to beat, cuts it back across the 10, and across. And out of gas at the 2.
Glitched again here.
My. Dye just ran out of gas, and you got to hand it. You got to hand it to the Wolves defender, Adrian Renfro, who stayed with the play and made the tackle 2 yards short of adding 2 more points to the scoreboard. But the point after is no good. With 7:38 remaining in the third quarter, the Panthers lead the Wolves 25-18. Back after this on Anahuac Sports Live.
Swanky Insurance in Anahuac, Texas is dedicated to community and service. That includes saving you money. With access to over 30 carriers, Swanky Insurance will give the personal attention that you deserve and tailor any policy specifically to your needs. From home, auto, flood, and windstorm, they are the one-stop insurance agency. Call agent and owner Todd Swanky to get your no-obligation cost-saving quote today at 409-267-3115, or you can visit them at swankyinsurance.com. Want to know Anahuac's best-kept secret? The Crawfish Hideaway is just that. From fresh Cajun-boiled crawfish, shrimp, snow crab, and even homemade gumbo. While you're there, be sure to try their famous fried gator bites or boudin egg rolls. Starting in December, come get your bug on at 400 Miller Street in Anahuac, 409-267-6060, or find them online at crawfishhideaway.com. The Crawfish Hideaway, proud supporters of Anahuac ISD and Panther Athletics.
Alex Outram, Trent Hart, Kyla Hart back here from Kyle White Field, where the Panthers have tacked on another touchdown. Barrios gets into it, sideways kick is going to be taken from the 20. Across the 25, it's Moore. Moore is going to be tackled there at about the 31. We'll see where they mark it, and that is going to be where they mark it after the 52-yard drive that took 2 plays and 58 seconds off the clock. No, check that, 48 seconds off the clock. It was a 48-yard Cartwright quarterback keeper. The point after was no good. Your new score 25-18 on your Texas Gator Fest scoreboard. So the Panthers will set up shop from their own 31 here. This is their second possession of the second half. Pass, Cunningham's complete. Not going to pick up too much on it. We'll bring up second down and 4 after the pickup of 6. 172 yards through the air and 64 yards receiving for Cunningham on 5 catches. Under center's Trotter. Rolling to his right, looking downfield for Cunningham. He's going to go to KJ Moore. Has him. Caught. 25, 20-15 into the end zone. Touchdown, KJ Moore. Touchdown, Panthers.
And back and forth we keep on going here at Kyle White Field. Looking on the down here for any yellow, there is none.
59-yard touchdown.
So the Anahuac Panthers answering right back as well. We aren't even halfway through this third quarter.
2 catches, 77 yards for Moore. Garza puts up the point after, and it is good. With 6:51 remaining here in the third quarter, just like that, the Panthers answer back. Your new score, 32-18. We'll be back with more after this on Anahuac Sports Live.
Gore Propane, family owned and operated by Jimmy and Renee Gore, has been servicing Chambers and surrounding counties since 1998. Gore Propane is the go-to company for all your propane needs, offering competitive pricing, tank sales, lease, residential and commercial propane sales, and bottling. They also offer automatic route and will call propane delivery for your convenience. Senior and veterans discounts available. Call Gore Propane today at 409-389-2245.
Back to action-packed second half football here from Kyle White Field. We're in the matter of the last 3 plays, 2 long touchdowns have been scored. Texham has it teed up at the 40. Gets into it and bouncing around to the 5. Picked up there at the 10, 15, and is going to be taken back to the 21. And that is where
we'll go back to the big pass play where KJ Moore, great concentration as you see, throwing on the run again is Trotter, but through the hands of the would-be defender, and Moore able to get into the end zone to answer right back for the Panther offense. Want to thank our third quarter sponsor, ABC Nitrogen Service Corp. 281-385-2645. You can go and visit them at abcnitrogen.com.
So from the 6-yard line after the holding penalty, backed up deep in their own territory, the Panther defense is going to look to feast some more. My mouth said 6 and my hand wrote 8. So 6 with 6:51 here remaining. We'll go over that drive as soon as I get a chance. Cartwright out of the gun, 4 wide, sends a man in motion. Is going to fake the handoff to him, rolling left, throwing downfield into double coverage, is going to go up for it, had a chance, but going to fall to the turf. That last drive took all of 32 seconds. It was 2 plays. They drove 69 yards. It was a 63-yard touchdown from Trotter to KJ Moore. The point after was good, making your score 32-18 on your Gatorfest scoreboard. Second down and 10 from the 6 for the Wolves. Cartwright is going to go out of the gun. He's going to go 3 wide this time from the near hash. 13 seconds on the play clock, sends a man in motion. Handoff is going to go to Renfro, is going to pick up a couple yards, but is going to bring up third down and long. In fact, he's just going to get back to, are they going to give him a yard? No, right back to the line of scrimmage, brings up third down and 10.
Much better pursuit there up front by the Panthers.
2 of 5 on third down for the Wolves. They're going to send trips to the near side here from the near hash. 5 seconds on the play clock, and they're going to have to take a timeout.
Yeah, they are.
It's going to be the first timeout of the second half for the Wolves. We'll take it with them with 5:54 remaining, and the clock still rolling to 5:52 remaining in the third quarter. Panthers lead at 32-18. Back after this on Anahuac Sports Live.
Jerry's Oysters is a 3-generation family-owned and operated business located on Galveston Bay since 1970. Offering fresh, hand-shucked, and in-shell oysters year-round, Jerry's Oysters are available at your local H-E-B, or you can make a visit to their location in Smith Point, Texas. Locally sourced, high-quality, wild-caught, where our world is your oyster. For more information, call 409-355-2243 or go to jerrysoysters.com. Coastal Field Services, Southeast Texas' go-to company for right-of-way mowing, land clearing, site preparation, industrial commercial herbicide application, and industrial commercial site ground maintenance. No matter what your property maintenance or clearing needs are, you can rely on the professionals at Coastal Field Services. For more information, call 832-900-9800 and visit them at coastalfieldservicesllc.com.
Alex Outram, Trent Hart, and Kyla Hart back here, your primetime crew tonight. 5:52 remaining in the third quarter. 3rd down and 10 from the Wolves 6. Cartwright out of the gun, looking right, rolling left, under pressure, throwing back across his body is going to be... It's going to be...
There we go. We're getting lucky on these restarts on the board here. It just whenever we start getting excited, getting a little loud, it glitches out on us.
So almost intercepted as Cartwright was trying to throw back across his body. But now 4th down and 10, and the punting unit back on for the Wolves, deep in their own territory once more. 4 seconds on the play clock. Snap back. Punt is sky high, but is not going to get very far. In fact, it's going to take a Panther bounce, and they're going to have it at the 11-yard line.
Well, an unfortunate turn of events for the Wolves here, deep in their own territory, and then a punt going off of the end of his foot, going straight up in the air.
I think for St. Augustine, it actually would have been better if they had intercepted it from where it was knocked away. Nonetheless, 1st down and 10 from the Wolves 11 here with 5:45 remaining in the third quarter. And this is where the Panthers can really get a chance to separate themselves in this ball game. We saw it last week where they came out like gangbusters in the second half. They're trying to do it all over again this week. Pistol formation. Trotter is going to hand it off to the back, and
false start.
We're going to have false start. Looked like KJ Moore tried to get too early of a start. 7th penalty, 55 yards. We'll make it 1st down and 15 from the 16. Barbers Hill has come back and taken the lead over Crosby, 42-34.
Oh, and keeping an eye on that Newton West Orange Star game. It's a close one, 50-46. Newton on top.
Much to the chagrin of my weekly pick'em picks. 5 seconds on the play clock. Trotter under center. 3 seconds. Pitch right. Richardson cuts back. Is going to pick up 4 or 5. We'll see where they mark it. I think they're going to give him 5. Nope, they're going to give him 4. We'll bring up 2nd down and 11.
Well, he almost got back to the original line of scrimmage there, picking back up the penalty yards.
6 carries for Darius Richardson for 37 yards, the freshman. 2nd down and 11 from the 12. Looks like the Panthers have possibly slowed it down a little bit, trying to eat some clock up.
Definitely have, and Richardson stays in as the lone back.
Out of the pistol, 3 wide, to the near side, fakes it, rolling right, looking for a man downfield, and is going to be stuck in the backfield. He's going to get back to the line of scrimmage, but that's going to bring up 3rd down and 12. They're actually going to mark it as a loss of 1. So 3rd down and 12.
Very well covered in the Wolves secondary. And they'll consider it a win here after the punt mishap if they can hold them to a field goal.
I want to thank everybody who is joining us from San Augustine.
Absolutely.
Appreciate y'all tuning in here. Trotter's going to come under center. Lone setback. Rolls right, throws left, has a man wide open down the center. Touchdown from 12 yards out, as that is Brooks Henneke.
Nobody covering Henneke over the middle. Wide open. Trotter was looking at him the whole time. Kick is up. It is good.
So with 4:02 remaining here in the 3rd quarter, the Panthers take advantage of great field position as they tack on 7 more. Your new score 39-18, as we'll be back with more after this on Anahuac Sports Live.
Since 1948, Wilcox Drugstore has been the Anahuac area's most experienced and trusted pharmacy. Continuing its long-lasting reputation for personal attention to all your medical needs, Wilcox Drugstore offers counsel, refills, transfers, compounding, flu shots, and delivery. Visit pharmacist Dave Wilcox and his experienced staff today at 1208 Miller Street in Anahuac or call 409-267-6141. Wilcox Drugstore, delivering solutions, delivering confidence. Custom processing, professional guided hunts, hide tanning, and gator merchandise, Porter's Processing and Alligator Farm offers a personal experience like no other. Locally owned and operated in Anahuac, Texas since 1987, Porter's has been Southeast Texas' premier choice for any hunting adventure need. Now offering full-service processing of gator, deer, beef, hogs, and other wild game. Make Porter's Processing this hunting season's one-stop shop. Visit them today at portersprocessing.com or call 409-267-8413.
Back from Kyle White Field with 4:02 remaining in the 3rd quarter. Panthers extending their lead 39-18. Texan has it teed up at the 40. End-over-end kick is going to fall to the 12. Across the 20, 25, 30, and is going to be met by a host of defenders there. He's going to fight his way forward to the 34.
A little extracurricular. No flags on the play. San Augustine will have it close to the 35.
Clock's running. First down and 10 from the 34. With the 3:37 remaining. That was a long kickoff. 3 plays, minute 43 off the clock. Panthers drove 11 yards due to penalties. A 12-yard Trotter to Henneke pass. 39-18 after the point after on your Texas Gator Fest scoreboard. Out of the gun, Cartwright fakes the handoff. He's going to keep it himself straight up Broadway across the 35. He's going to fall forward to the 36. That'll be a pickup of 2. We'll bring up 2nd down and 8.
And want to remind everybody that if you need something to do tomorrow, come and visit the Texas Gator Fest at Fort Anahuac Park. Lots of festivities to, entertain your kids. They got the carnival. They've got vendors and a lot of great food. We'll be going on all day tomorrow with some entertainment in the evening. I'll be there covering all of the Gator roundup. The Gators brought in.
Handoff around the left side is going to go to Nash. Nash is going to get to the 40 And we'll see where they mark it, if it's the 41 or the 40. Looks like the 41. It's going to bring up 3rd down and 3 after the pickup of 4.
And Alex was judging the barbecue cook-off last week, and how did that go, Alex?
It went very well, especially the Bloody Mary portion of the cook-off. No, as always, fantastic food out there at the cook-off. Enjoy it every year out there. 3rd down and 3, much to the chagrin of Ray Parkinson and his ribs. Pass is going to fall incomplete. We'll bring up 4th down.
I think the Wolves are going to be forced to go for it here.
2 minutes and the clock running on the incompletions. Interesting. 2 minutes remaining here in the 3rd quarter.
You're just here to keep him on his toes is all.
4th down with Cartwright out of the gun, 3 wide. They're going to go for it, and it's going to fall incomplete. Threw into double coverage once more. Had a chance at the reception. Turnover on downs, though, sets up the Panthers in Wolves territory once more.
And will you be going out there tomorrow, Alex?
I will. If we get out of here tonight, I might stop by tonight too.
Wonder the Haulers are on right now, I think, aren't they?
Yes, the Haulers actually finished up their set here about 26 minutes ago. And Reckless Kelly is about to come on here shortly.
And what is the highlight or the headline act tomorrow? I can't even remember.
It's going to be Shane Smith and the Saints.
That's
tonight.
right. Shane Smith and the Saints tomorrow night.
From the 41, Trotter sets back under pressure, is going to roll out of pressure, and it's going to be intercepted.
His first interception of the year.
Intercepted at the 44, and that is number 3, Jakeldrick Malone on the interception.
We talked about forcing the football. I mean, Trotter did a good job of not being sacked there, but unfortunately throwing it right into the breadbasket of the Wolves defender, and his first interception on the year.
So back-to-back plays with turnovers. After the turnover on downs, then the interception with 1:49 remaining here in the 3rd quarter. 1st down and 10 from the 44. Cartwright out of the gun. Sends Teagle in motion. High snap, fakes or ends up handing it off to Teagle. Teagle trying to get around the outside is going to get to the 49. That's going to be a pickup of 5. We'll bring up 2nd down and 5. Teagle's second end around of the night. He's got a couple of carries for 13 yards. Have to be wary of his speed. 2nd down and 5 from the Wolves 49.
Cartwright does an excellent job of disguising those handoffs and those fakes and those end arounds and through the middle or keeping it himself. I mean, he's just very deceptive.
Cartwright hands it off straight up Broadway, is going to pick up a yard. Who did they hand that off to?
I did not see the number.
I want to say it was Nash. Brings up 3rd down and 4. 2 of 6 tonight on 3rd downs for the Wolves. Cartwright out of the gun. He's got 2 backs behind him and 2 wide. Teagle and Nash offset him just right behind him. Sends a man in motion. High snap is going to be handed off to Nash. Nash across midfield is going to be pushed out of bounds. Still on his feet. He actually cut it back in.
Yeah, he did.
Nice play there to get the 1st down. It's going to be a pickup at 18. Move the chains, 1st down.
Well, the Wolves again testing the edges of the Anahuac defense, and kind of something that we've seen here tonight, and kind of exposing the edges of the Anahuac defense a few times.
That is, they're going to run one more play. Under pressure is Cartwright. They got it away from the pressure and out of bounds. We'll see where they mark it. They snapped it right as the half or quarter was ending. Nonetheless, that will be the end of the third quarter of play. We invite you to stick around to the fourth and final quarter. It's Anahuac 39, St. Augustine 18. Back after this on Anahuac Sports Live.
Hello, my name is Mark Poggles, and I'm the pastor at Community Christian Fellowship Church in Oak Island, Texas. I would like to personally invite you to join us for Bible study during the week and our church services on Sunday morning. We have a nursery for the little ones, and our church family will greet you with a smile on their face and a loving heart. Come and celebrate with us as we study God's Word and give Him all the praise and thanks He deserves. Hope to see you there. Take care and God bless. Go Panthers!
And ladies and gentlemen, we pride ourselves here at Anahuac Sports Live to be able to bring you a live and free broadcast each and every week for Anahuac Panther football. If you'd like to donate to Anahuac Sports Live, you can do so on Venmo, CashApp, or PayPal. Any of the QR codes on your screen can be scanned, and any donation that you would like to send over our way to continue to keep these broadcasts live and free to everyone would be very much appreciated. And any donation you make, be sure to put a shout out in the comments so that we can get it to you live or out on the air.
Cartwright's going to hand it off straight up the middle. Renfro, fighting his way forward, is going to pick up some extra yardage. That's going to be another first down on the first play here of the fourth quarter.
Man, Renfro was not going to be denied on that run. Man, he was fighting for every inch, and really, you know, that was an impressive downhill run by him for sure.
Pickup of 18 gives him 37. First down and 10 from the 14-yard line of the Panthers. Inside the red zone, handoff. Renfro fighting his way forward. High kicking is going to be taken down at the knees, is going to get to the 8. Will be a pickup of 7, brings up second down and 3.
Renfro looking like he's on a mission down there.
8 rushes, 44 yards now for DeAdrian Renfro. Had an issue reading my handwriting.
It happens.
Second down and 3 inside the 10. Can still get a first down without scoring. Line to achieve is the 5. Cartwright fakes it. Nope, he does. Renfro, they're trying to feed him. And he is going to pick up 8.
So he does get the
he's going to
first.
pick up 6. First down and goal from the 2. 50 yards on 9 carries now for Renfro. 3 first downs on this drive. This one's going to go left side and into the end zone. Touchdown, Wolves. Or was there?
I've got a signal down here for touchdown.
Yeah, touchdown, Renfro. Boy, DeAdrian Renfro fed him and took them to pay dirt.
On with 10 and a half minutes left in this ball game, the St. Augustine Wolves are not out of it by any means.
Let's see here, 24, if they go, yeah, they'll probably go for 2 to make it a 2-touchdown game. Under center's Cartwright. He's rolling to his right, has a man, is going to be complete for the two-point conversion. As he connects with Clifton for the two-pointer, that pulls him within 2 touchdowns. Your new score after the two-point conversion, 39-16, or 39-26, with 10:32 remaining in the ball game. Back after this on Anahuac Sports Live. Barrios has the ball teed up at the Wolves 40 as they are set to kick it off. End over end kick is going to fall at the 15, put on the turf, still bobbled, picked up, and is going to be taken out at the 20-yard line.
I want to shout out to Anthony for making a donation to the channel. Very much appreciated, Anthony. No message, but we appreciate that. Again, ladies and gentlemen, we take a lot of pride to make sure that we bring you the very best broadcast in Southeast Texas when it comes to sports in and around our area. We do go out and do playoff games once we get to that time, covering Anahuac exclusively, but we do branch out and cover some more of our region teams once we get to that point. And we appreciate every donation that is sent our way so that we can keep our broadcast absolutely free, especially during the regular season.
8 plays, 3:17 off the clock. The Wolves drove 56 yards. Finish after this play, pitch right across the 20, and going to be dragged down after the got to the 21. Is that Dalio?
No, I think that was Richardson on the carry.
That was Richardson. Richardson picks up 2. Will bring up 2nd down and 8. 7 carries, 39 yards for Richardson. It was a 2-yard rush from DeAdrian Renfro as he went crazy on that last drive. 2-point conversion was good from Cartwright to Clifton. New score 39-26 on your Gatorfest scoreboard.
It's gone final in Orangefield. Woodville edging it out 19-7. Way closer and a lower scoring game than I thought it was going to be. A timeout's going to be taken on the field by the Panthers. We'll keep it here for a little bit.
Play clock was winding down there. Barbers Hill still on top of Crosby, 42-34. West Orange Stark has taken the lead over Newton.
Wow.
That game has gone back and forth.
Yeah, it has. I can't imagine being there for that high-scoring affair.
Terry
over 100
Fortenberry
points.
has no nails left at this point.
Well, she's been watching us, seen her comment in the chat a few times, trying to go over to the scoreboards around the area to see what has gone final. But back to that Woodville and Orangefield game, that is a telltale game. You know, again, we'll be going over our district picks in the 5-9N Sports Show podcast. Look for that link to drop Tuesday morning. Craig Irwin, Toby Tullis, and myself will be doing our district predictions, especially focusing in on District 9 and 10 3A Division 1. Woodville was supposed to be a front runner in that district over there, but kind of looking at the score here, I might change my mind a little bit.
2nd down and 8 DeLeo is going to get to the 25. Took a pretty good hit there. Will be 2nd down and 3 after the pickup of 5. 3rd down and 3 after the pickup of 5. Panthers are 4 of 9 on 3rd down. Pitch, DeLeo is going to get the carry again, leaps over a defender across the 30, taken down at the 35, pick up a 10, move the chains, 1st down.
And we'll have all of your scores in our Coastal Field Services post-game show. Be sure to stick around for that. We'll have stats for you. We'll recap the game here tonight in Anahuac, as well as looking forward into next week, as both of these teams will be going into their district play. I want to thank our 4th quarter sponsor, Four Corner Tires and Oil, 812 Miller Street in Anahuac, 409-267-4444.
1st down and 10 for the Panthers from their own 35. Lone setback for Trotter as he's going to roll right. And it's going to go off the fingertips of a Wolves defender and incomplete. 13 of 23 for 247 and 4 touchdowns through the air tonight for Logan Trotter. 2nd down and 10. That also his first interception of the year. First turnovers of the year for the Panthers, if I'm not mistaken.
A 110 quarterback rating coming into this football game. That interception will hurt that a little bit, but the 4 touchdowns kind of make up when it comes to that rating.
2nd down and 10, handoff dives straight up the middle across midfield. Is going to be taken down at the 49. That's going to be a pickup of 15, move the chains again, 1st down.
We haven't called Garrett Dye's name out all that much when it comes to running the football here tonight, but he had a big gain there. And we'll take a quick break as we have a injury timeout. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right after this on Anahuac Sports Live.
Swanky Insurance in Anahuac, Texas is dedicated to community and service. That includes saving you money. With access to over 30 carriers, Swanky Insurance will give the personal attention that you deserve and tailor any policy specifically to your needs. From home, auto, flood, and windstorm, they are the one-stop insurance agency. Call agent and owner Todd Swanky to get your no-obligation cost-saving quote today at 409-267-3115, or you can visit them at swankyinsurance.com. Want to know Anahuac's best-kept secret? The Crawfish Hideaway is just that. From fresh Cajun-boiled crawfish, shrimp, snow crab, and even homemade gumbo. While you're there, be sure to try their famous fried gator bites or boudin egg rolls. Starting in December, come get your bug on at 400 Miller Street in Anahuac, 409-267-6060, or find them online at crawfishhideaway.com. The Crawfish Hideaway, proud supporters of Anahuac ISD and Panther Athletics.
Alex Outram, Trent Hart, Kyla Hart here from Kyle Whitefield. 1st down and 10 from the Wolves' 48-yard line. Trotter under center, moving left to right from the near hash, fakes the handoff, looking downfield, and is going to be knocked away. Was looking for Henneke, was knocked away by Javarius Barnes, the sophomore. That's 3 incompletions in a row here for Trotter. Will bring up 2nd down and 10 from the 48.
Well, definitely a dangerous shot downfield, throwing into traffic.
More importantly, stops the clock with 7:45 remaining here in the ballgame. Would you like a pat on the back? 1st down and that's not 1st down and 10. 2nd down and 10. Handoff is going to go straight up the gut. Is going to pick up 10. Was that Lanferman?
I did not see it. Let me look here.
Yes.
Yeah, it is.
20th first down of the ball game for the Panthers. First handoff for first carry for Baylor Lanferman. From the near hash. Fakes the pitch, handoff straight up the middle. They'll go Lanferman again. He's going to fight his way forward again. Looks like he's going to pick up 7. We'll bring up 2nd down and 3. Seven minutes and counting here in the ball game. 2nd down and 3. Panthers driving. Panthers will be back at home next week to take on the Hardin Hornets. Under center's Trotter, pitch left, across the 25, across the 20, 15, looking for the corner, 10, 5, and knocked out of bounds at the 5.
What a great run there by Richardson.
27 yards for Richardson.
I mean, once he got past that first level and cut back to his left to the far sideline, I mean, he really showed some speed there.
First down and goal from the 5. 6.5 minutes remaining. Trotter under center. Handoff straight up the middle. It's going to get to the 1.
Is that Lanferman again?
Yes.
Yes, it was.
3 carries, 21 yards for Lanferman. 2nd down and goal from the 1. Panthers looking to eat up clock. 15 seconds on the play clock. Trotter's going to be under center. Is going to roll, trying to find somewhere to go. Into the end zone, touchdown. Logan Trotter from a yard out.
If I'm not mistaken, that was kind of a busted play.
It did look like it.
As he was looking for the handoff up the middle and took advantage and put up the middle for himself.
Nonetheless, 5 total touchdowns for Logan Trotter this evening. Extends the score 45-26, pending the point after.
Yeah. Well, Ken has been doing a great job trying to keep the condensation off the window in front of us, so that we can see what's going on down there.
You can take just looking at the lights, you can practically see the dew. And we've got timeout on the field. We're going to take it with them. 5:41 remaining in the ball game. Back after this on Anahuac Sports Live.
Building a new home? Does your driveway need that long overdue facelift? Or are you just looking to finally get your lot cleared and ready to build something great? Look no further and trust the locally owned and operated professionals at Title Services Incorporated. No need to hire multiple contractors. Title Services does all phases of residential and commercial land clearing, house pads, ponds, dirt and rock delivery, and demolition. Call for a free estimate, 409-267-1057, or visit them on Facebook at Title Services, Inc.
Alex Outram, Trent Hart, Kyla Hart back here from Kyle Whitefield, where the Panthers are set to attempt the point after their latest touchdown here by Logan Trotter. Snap back, kick is up, and the kick is good. So 5:41 remaining in the ball game. The Panthers extend it back out to a 20-point lead, and we'll keep it here.
And want to remind everybody to stick around for our Coastal Field Services post-game show. We're going around the area getting final scores. as well as going over tonight's football game and the stats as we have them. We'll be looking forward to next week, where Hardin is coming into town to kick off district play here in Anahuac, as well as some of the schedule moving forward, as this district is kind of a toss-up, as Alex and I have been discussing and what we've been discussing on the 5-9 Sports podcast, where we'll be doing all of the picks for each district in our region.
Is Craig the mayor of Cold Spring yet?
No, but I'm pretty sure that he's going to be making a push for that. So I'll mention that on the podcast as well. But I'm shout out to old Craig Irwin. I'm sure the Cold Spring Trojans took care of what they needed to tonight before they go into district play as well. Always keeping a close eye on that District 9 3A, as that is the district that Anahuac sees in by-district play. Of course, have got to get there first. Anahuac Panthers have got to take care of things in their own district before looking forward to that.
Jonas Texum has it teed up at the 40. As he gets into it, end-over-end kick is going to come towards the sideline, across the 30. And heading upfield, 35 is going to be tackled forward to the 38. 8 plays, 8 up 4:15 off the clock. They drove 81 yards. The 1-yard keeper from Trotter and the point after by Garza extends the lead 46-26 on your Texas Gator Fest scoreboard. .533 remaining here in the ball game. If you're the Panthers, you're looking to get out of here healthy heading into district play. Cartwright's going to be out of the gun, offset on each side by running backs. 2 wide, fakes the handoff, under pressure. One defender, second defender is going to come in and get him. Was that Tyler Kelly? That sure was. Tyler Kelly in on a sack.
His first sack of the year, I believe.
11. Loss of 11 on the sack.
And high praise for Tyler Kelly in the pregame interview from Coach Greg Neese. Definitely an all-district candidate, if not a all-state team candidate as well.
District MVP possibly here on the defensive side of the football. Handoff straight up Broadway. Renfro with lots of room. Picked up 13. Nope, that was Nash.
An excellent run there to get the penalty yardage back plus some.
9 carries, 34 yards, brings up 3rd down and 8. Three of 7 on 3rd down for the Wolves tonight. Cartwright's going to hand it off to Nash. Again, he's going to get caught in the backfield. Had nowhere to go. Dalio in on the tackle. I believe that was 24.
I don't know if it was 24 or 44, if it was Dye in the backfield.
Was it Dye?
I couldn't make it out.
Nonetheless, after the pickup of 1, should be 4th down.
I think it was Garrett Dye in the
holding on the Panthers.
Oh,
is the call. It's going to be an automatic 1st down.
Wow, didn't see that one.
Just over midfield. We'll call it the 49 of the Panthers.
So some discussion.
I don't know.
4:50.
5. No, 50. 5-0. 3:50. Oh, 4.
4:05. 4 minutes and 5 seconds. Really? That much?
4:05. 4 minutes and 5 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. First down and 10 after the penalty. .405.
4:05. Well, okay. Little confusion on what to set the clock back to.
4:05.
That's it. 4:05 remaining now. Had to get the clock correct. So now 1st and 10 from midfield.
First down and 10 from midfield. Cartwright out of the gun. Delivers downfield, is going to be incomplete. His intended receiver was Jaden Clifton. And now we're going to have some extracurricular on the field. I don't exactly know why.
Not sure either. Flag down back at the 41. And some of the players getting an earful, and rightfully so. Got to clean that up. Against St. Augustine.
Yeah, dead ball personal foul against St. Augustine. I don't know if he didn't like being hit when the ball was coming through, or nonetheless, after the incompletion, that's going to.
I thought the personal foul was going to go against the Panthers there.
So, with the dead ball, should be 2nd down and 25. So with the ball marked at the 35.
So from some frustrations starting to boil over on the St. Augustine side of things.
There we go. 2nd down and 35, or 25 from the 35. That's a tongue twister.
Words are hard.
Words are hard.
Just like your math is hard. Words are hard sometimes.
Cartwright out of the gun. Fakes the handoff. Under pressure by Coates, is going to have it tipped and falls incomplete. Will bring up 3rd down.
That'll give Coates another pass deflection added to his defensive stat line.
5 of 13 on the evening for Cartwright for 73 yards. Stops the clock with 3 minutes and 50 seconds remaining in the ball game.
And Coates had 2 pass breakups going into this game. So we'll have 3 after tonight. Lots of games starting to go final in the area. Stick around on the post-game show. We'll have them all for you.
Cartwright sets back, tries to throw the ball, loses handle of the ball, is able to get it away and complete, but being taken down at the 30. It's actually going to be a loss of 5 on the completion to Malone. We'll bring up 4th down and 28, so actually a loss of 3 on the reception. We'll bring up 4th down and Wallaceville to achieve the 1st down. 3:05 and counting here in the ball game. Barrios handling the punting. Will rugby-style kick it. Very high punt once more again. It's going to take a Wolves bounce inside the 35. Will come to rest at the 34. And with 2:48 remaining in the ball game, the Panthers will look to close this one out tonight and head in to district play.
Give some of their younger players some time.
Something must have gone final.
Something did. And it did. It has gone final. Newton edges West Orange Stark 58-54.
What a ball game.
Man, I'm going to have to go back on see if Texan Live was covering that football game and go back and watch it. It had to have been exciting.
Wow. West Orange Stark.
What a football game down in West Orange Stark. Barbers Hill coming back on Crosby. They're in the fourth quarter over there, 42-34 in that football game.
It should be final.
Probably getting there. Like, again, ladies and gentlemen, we'll be going over all these final scores in the Coastal Field Services post-game show. Please stick around for all of that. We'll be recapping the football game here tonight, going over some of the stats as we have them. Yeah, and that has gone final. Barbers Hill beating Crosby 49-34.
First down and 10 for the Panthers. As new quarterback has come in, pitch to Richardson is going to be a loss. Checking in at quarterback, Bladen Josephson, the junior. Loss of 3. We'll bring up second down and 13.
So the Panthers' second team checking in to get a little bit of time. Going to run the clock out here. And the Panthers will be looking forward to district play next week against Hardin.
Trotter's going to finish 13 of 24 for 247 and 4 touchdowns through the air. Pitch right is going to pick up a couple of yards. Lanferman will get it back to third down and 11. Depending on who you ask. So third down.
I say it's 1.
The clock is going to be snapped probably around 107 or so.
That down marker guy with the backwards hat, he'd get his stuff together. Maybe if he had his hat on right, he'd be okay. That's Mr. Nestor Hernandez down there taking care of the down marker on the far sideline with the chain gang crew. Judge Hatfield, not sure who's on the other side of that.
Pitch left is going to Richardson. Richardson is going to get to about the 39. It's going to be a pickup of 7 for Richardson. Fourth down and 6.
5, actually.
So 5 out of 10 on third down for the Panthers this evening.
A little bit better average for them tonight as it was last week. Only 2 of 8 on third down last week for the Panther offense.
It looks like the Panthers are going to run this clock down as far as they can before they call a timeout.
But not even a second separating the play clock and the game clock. But they are calling a timeout, going to get one more play left in this football game.
Appreciate those of you who have stuck around for the late night edition of Anahuac Sports Live.
Yeah, big shout out to all of the San Augustine fans joining us here tonight. really appreciate everybody tuning in.
Port has knocked off Baytown Lee 48-20. Die ball rolls over the Hardin-Jefferson Elams 42-13.
And of course, shout out as always to our Anahuac Panther faithful out there watching from all over the nation.
Snap back. DeLeo gets the punt. Takes a Panther bounce inside the 20 and will come to rest at the 17. And that will do it, as that is the ball game. The Panthers have defeated the San Augustine Wolves 46-26, and we will be back with the post-game show after this on Anahuac Sports Live. I was trying to
Anahuac Sports Live is brought to you by ABC Nitrogen Service Corps, the 2023 Texas Gator Fest, Anahuac Florist, Anahuac National Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender, The Beginning Mexican Grill, Community Christian Fellowship Church, Chambers County Abstract Company, Chambers Health, Coastal Field Services LLC, The Crawfish Hideaway, Desmo's AC and Refrigeration, Four Corner Tires and Oil, Gore Propane, Hannah Cody Realtor, Jerry's Seafood Incorporated, Julia Luna Real Estate, Porter's Wild Game Processing and Alligator Farm, Amber Villarreal, Insurance Agent with State Farm, Title Services Incorporated, Turan Lawn Care, Swanky Insurance Agency, Turn 2 Specialty Companies, and Wilcox Drugstore in Anahuac. Anahuac Sports Live is brought to you by ABC Nitrogen Service Corps, the 2023 Texas Gator Fest, Anahuac Florist, Anahuac National Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender, The Beginning Mexican Grill, Community Christian Fellowship Church, Chambers County Abstract Company, Chambers Health, Coastal Field Services LLC, The Crawfish Hideaway, Desmo's AC and Refrigeration, Four Corner Tires and Oil, Gore Propane, Hannah Cody Realtor, Jerry's Seafood Incorporated, Julia Luna Real Estate, Porter's Wild Game Processing and Alligator Farm, Amber Villarreal, Insurance Agent with State Farm, Title Services Incorporated, Turan Lawn Care, Swanky Insurance Agency, Turn 2 Specialty Companies, and Wilcox Drugstore in Anahuac. Anahuac Sports Live is brought to you by ABC Nitrogen Service Corps, the 2023 Texas Gator Fest, Anahuac Florist, Anahuac National Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender, The Beginning Mexican Grill, Community Christian Fellowship Church, Chambers County Abstract Company, Chambers Health, Coastal Field Services LLC, The Crawfish Hideaway, Desmo's AC and Refrigeration, Four Corner Tires and Oil, Gore Propane, Hannah Cody Realtor, Jerry's Seafood Incorporated, Julia Luna Real Estate, Porter's Wild Game Processing and Alligator Farm, Amber Villarreal, Insurance Agent with State Farm, Title Services Incorporated, Turan Lawn Care, Swanky Insurance Agency, Turn 2 Specialty Companies, and Wilcox Drugstore in Anahuac. Anahuac Sports Live is brought to you by ABC Nitrogen Service Corps, the 2023 Texas Gator Fest, Anahuac Florist, Anahuac National Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender, The Beginning Mexican Grill, Community Christian Fellowship Church, Chambers County Abstract Company, Chambers Health, Coastal Field Services LLC, The Crawfish Hideaway, Desmo's AC and Refrigeration, Four Corner Tires and Oil, Gore Propane, Hannah Cody Realtor, Jerry's Seafood Incorporated, Julia Luna Real Estate, Porter's Wild Game Processing and Alligator Farm, Amber Villarreal, Insurance Agent with State Farm, Title Services Incorporated, Turan Lawn Care, Swanky Insurance Agency, Turn 2 Specialty Companies, and Wilcox Drugstore in Anahuac.
Alex Outram, Trent Hart, Kyla Hart back here from Kyle Whitefield, where we have gone final. The Anahuac Panthers have defeated the San Augustine Wolves 46-26. The Panthers moved to 3-0, and again, the Panthers come out and played a really good second half.
They did, and I mean, it seemed like they had a better game plan going into the second half, especially after seeing what the offense or what the defense could do on San Augustine's side. It had a little bit more of a ground presence in the second half, but not as much as I thought that they might have. Kept it pretty balanced as far as the pass versus the run is concerned, but another good second half showing, and we're going to probably say that Anahuac is a second half team more times than not this season.
So the Panthers moving to 3-0. For the Wolves, they moved to 2-2. Looking at their stat line, leading rusher for them was Adrian Renfro. Had 10 carries for 52 yards and a touchdown. Tamorian Cartwright, 8 carries, 37 yards, and a touchdown. Andrew Nash had 9 carries for 34 yards. Demarion Teagle had 2 carries for 13, and it was Clifton with 1 carry for 4 yards. Cartwright was 6 of 14, had an interception and 70 yards through the air. Teagle had 2 receptions for 30 yards. Clifton had 3 for 43, and Malone had 1 for -3 yards. 10 first downs in the ballgame for the Wolves. Had them 3 for 9 on third down. As for the Panthers, leading rusher for the Panthers tonight, Thomas DeLao, we believe, had 16 carries and 92 yards with a touchdown. It was Darius Richardson, 10 carries, 70 yards. Garrett Dye had a couple of carries for 20 yards. Trotter went 8 for 18 and a touchdown. KJ Moore had an end around for 27 yards. Henneke had 2 carries for 23. Nope, that's where my missing 3 yards was. 1 carry for 20. The other 3 yards was a reception. Lamferman had 4 carries for 23 yards. 13 of 24 for 247 yards, 4 touchdowns, and his first pick of the season for Logan Trotter. Coates had 3 receptions for 60 yards and a touchdown. Cunningham had 5 receptions for 64 yards and a touchdown. KJ Moore had 2 receptions for 81 yards and a touchdown. Henneke had 2 receptions for 15 yards and a touchdown, and it was Thomas Delo who had 2 receptions for 28 yards. As I had it, 7 penalties for 55 yards, 0 for 1 on 4th down, and 5 of 11 on 3rd down. 22 first downs in the ball game for the Panthers, and this was probably their best all-around game that we've seen now 3 games into the season.
Yeah, it was a little bit more organized this time around. The Panthers seemed like that they were, more, into the football game than being emotional or, all over the place as far as, just trying to force things to happen. The biggest thing for them this week, I think, is cutting the penalties down to 50 yards. 50 yards is still a lot in a high school football game, but cutting that down almost in half from last week, they are getting better in that area. The offensive line is starting to see them be a little bit more comfortable in the trenches and really giving Trotter a little bit more time. If there was one thing that I had to say when it comes to passing, Trotter needs to be a little bit more patient, let his receivers get where they need to go, and fire the football in there and not try to force things as, it does happen to them every once in a while. But overall, a solid performance out of the Anahuac offense. The defense-wise kind of took a little step back tonight, but they saw a better team. They saw a quicker team, a more athletic team when it came out of St. Augustine. And I expect fully that St. Augustine is going to make things happen when they get into their own district play.
I tell you what, one of the great things that the Panthers have been doing since the beginning of the season is forcing turnovers, and that was a story tonight as well. 4 more turnovers for the Panthers tonight, forcing out 4th downs that did not get converted and just taking the ball away.
Right, and the ability to create turnovers has been a big deal for this Panther defense. They were able to show that here tonight, even with the conditions that we had down on the field after the weather we had moved through. Things were kind of slick, but you saw in the second half where those type of slick, mistakes where it was a bobbled snap or a ball that would just go right through the receiver's hands. It didn't happen as much in the third quarter. Both teams keeping it more, controlled on the ground. But just a very good, football game that we saw here tonight out of both teams, Alex.
As for the Wolves, they start district play next week. They are at Timpson as they go with a trio of away games to start their district season. For the Panthers, next week is homecoming to open up district play as they welcome the Hornets from Hardin here in Anahuac, a 7:30 kickoff next Friday night. And looking at some of the scores from around the area that have gone final.
Barbers Hill came back and beat Crosby 49-34. Port Arthur Memorial beats New Caney 45-28. The Lumberton gets their first win of the season, 63-28 over Bridge City. Vider beating St. Louis Catholic 21-17. Bridge City, I already said that, falling to Lumberton. Hampshire Finette destroys Splendora 62-0. The Dieball Lumberjacks 42-13 over Hardin Jefferson. Franklin takes care of Jasper 29-14. East Chambers over on Liberty 49-32. Silsby takes care of Brazosport 72-27, and probably the game of the week, or at least in our region, West Orange Stark falls to Newton in a thriller 58-54. Buna, I mean, I keep saying it, watching that Buna team and that senior running back that they have, 49-14 over Kuntz. Cleveland, Tarkington gets their first loss of the season, falling to Kelly, which was was not predicted over on my end. 35-32 is the final over there. Cold Spring Oakhurst Trojans takes care of Corrigan Camden 50-27. Columbus beating Houston North Forest 48-0. Crockett gets handed to him again. Groesbeck 50-0 over on Crockett. Hardin gets a win over Hull Dayzetta 47-0. Hitchcock beats Houston Wheatley 57-7. Kirbyville keeps on the roll, beating Hemp Hill 52-14. Woodville edges Orangeville, and I say edge, it's 19-7. That score is kind of deceptive. I expected Woodville to win that game, but I expected them to win by a bigger margin. Lovelady remains on their roll 60-0 over Normandy, and that wraps up what I have on my end of the scores. Again, we'll be going over district predictions in our region on the 5-9N Sports podcast. Be looking for that link to drop Tuesday morning. Myself, Craig Irwin, and Toby Tullis will be discussing all of our Texas high school football in Region 3.
Partner, I think we went undefeated in our pick'ems.
Did we really?
I believe so.
Well, if I'd have made my pick'em picks last week, I might be in contention.
That goes for me as well. Well, another victory for the Panthers. They head into district play 3-0. We talked about things that they need to clean up and things that they can work on, but it's going to be a fun district season, as it seems like there's a bunch of teams who in district play any given week can win.
It's going to be very, very interesting to see how this district shapes up, and there's some good teams out there. Like you said, there's not been a team that has really separated themselves to be the overall favorite, and that's Anahuac included. A lot of question marks surround Anahuac and what they're actually capable of. We've seen spurts of really good football out of this Panther team, but like I said, they're just things that they've got to work on to continue to get better week after week. And as far as this district is concerned, you're watching Orangefield, you're watching East Chambers, you're watching Buna. Kirbyville seems to be on a roll. It's really anybody's district.
No, absolutely. Well, that's going to wrap things up from here this evening from Kyle White Field as we head into district play. And it is go time from here on out for the Panthers as they are now officially on the road to the playoffs. Want to thank everybody for tuning in to tonight's ball game, and make sure to tune in during the week. Stay in tune with Anahuac Sports Live social to see where we're going to be. I know for sure Trent and I will be back here from Kyle Whitefield next Friday night for the Hardin matchup pregame at 6:30 if there is no lightning, as we've now gone two weeks in a row with lightning.
Weather willing.
Weather willing.
But we'll both be at Texas Gator
Yes.
Fest tomorrow. Be looking for the live feeds on our Facebook page for all of the Gators being brought in for the Texas Gator Roundup. And if you're not doing anything tomorrow, please stop by the Texas Gator Fest. It looks like the weather is going to clear up, and it's going to be a great day tomorrow at Fort Anahuac Park. So if you've got time, stop by and visit Texas Gator Fest.
That's going to do it. Alex Outram speaking on behalf of my broadcast partner Trent Hart and our videographer tonight, filling in for the great Terry Fortenberry. Kyla Hart reminding you of your final score. Anahuac defeats San Augustine 46-26. Have a great week, everybody. So long.